The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping.
Stutter! Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this NFL Eve Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. This program begins now.
Football
is magical. Obviously, college football is already into its season, and there's already storylines developing that we're going to have to talk about and get to talk about for the next 20 weeks. On that note, Miami University, the U. University of Miami. Miami University is in Ohio. The University of Miami Hurricanes football coach Mario Cristobal will be joining us in about 15 minutes or so. Obviously, this Miami team, what they did last year was awesome to watch with Cam Ward. It catapulted him into being the number one overall pick and a generational player described by the Tennessee Titans general manager. His leadership was obviously phenomenal. That team went on a run that we all got to experience in a glorious fashion. Had Hurricanes fans believing the U was all the way back. Well, after a big win over Notre Dame to kick off their college football season with Carson Beck, a highly paid and highly touted quarterback leading the way, they look like they're once again back in relevance and back in big conversations. Carson Beck, obviously a veteran of college football, able to kind of maneuver in the pocket, able to put him in bad plays or in good plays, able to get the ball to his wide receivers, able to execute just college football at a very high level, and then all the weapons that they have, all the athletes down in South Florida. And I guess the recruiting processes by Coach Cristobal are relentless and never-ending. Is the U all the way back? We shall see. I cannot wait to talk to Coach in about 15 minutes or so. College ball already has magical storylines developing, like is Alabama dead? There's reports coming out of On3 now that boosters are saying, wait a minute.
Hold on.
They saying what we're thinking. That's college football to a T. We'll certainly chat about that. Then also, the NFL kicks off tomorrow. Philadelphia Eagles having their banner night. Somebody needs to tell Coach Sirianni. He was asked about it being banner night and expectations, and this is how that entire thing went. How locked in is the Super Bowl winning coach? Well, find out now.
You guys have emphasized you're moving on from last year. The last banner night in 2018, it's famous that the fans booed the Eagles at halftime because they weren't happy with the way things were going, albeit it was banner night. How do you feel about the fact that even though it is banner night for you guys, the fans will still have the standard of performing and winning at a high level?
Yeah, I didn't know it was banner night. We won't be out for that.
Legend.
End of answer. I'm excited for this Sirianni. If he's super locked in all season, what can they do? Can they go back to back? Well, they got the Dallas Cowboys trying to figure it out after a 29-year championship drought. Can they kick off this season in a much better fashion than all the drama that was off the field? That's what the NFL brings. And then we got Chiefs and Chargers on Friday, and then a huge college football slate on Saturday. And then on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, it's back to Red Zone Chip.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Boom.
Scott Hansen will be joining us at about 12:40, 12:45. I can't wait to hear how he prepared for what's about to be, hours of NFL football. Remember, we made that change.
Yeah, had to.
It wasn't commercial free anymore.
No, it wasn't.
They added a couple L reps. We're dropping some commercials. Yeah, we're in 50 million households. Okay? You paid a subscription fee. You're welcome that you get to have this. We're also going to maybe drop a Verizon ad in there.
It's going to happen.
We're maybe going to go ahead and slide DoorDash. Hey, you're kind of hungry right now, aren't you?
Yes,
You've been listening to Scott Hansen talk for about, 3 straight hours here? You haven't really taken a break or munch on anything. DoorDash will get you whatever you need. Well, you feeling a little sick, too? We got some medicine we can deliver DoorDash. You want a little water? You should hydrate. Maybe a little bit of that. Oh, you want a little THC drink? Yep, DoorDash can get you that. I mean, anything you need while you're watching Scott Hansen somehow not pee all day while break down everything happening around the NFL. DoorDash has you. We're going to sell those commercials. So this is no longer commercial-free football. This is NFL football.
That's right.
And you need to know with NFL football, there's going to be a little bit of advertising because everybody wants a piece of our shit. And the reason is because everything is electrifying. The Red Zone channel is such an incredible invention. I mean, it is outrageous how great it is. It doesn't matter if you're a diehard fan of one particular team. With the way YouTube TV now has the quad box, you just have that Red Zone channel on there. You're keeping up with all the games that you can't keep up with.
Yep.
Everything that matters that's happening in games that maybe you can't get for whatever reason or don't have enough attention to pay attention to, Scott Hansen's got your back. Yep. I can't wait to chit-chat with Scott Hansen because he has to do the research for every team. He's calling every team's every game every week. So he's got to know everything. This guy's a Rolodex of information. I'm excited to hear his thoughts. And maybe he'll be playing with a football like he was last time.
I hope so.
Super zany. He was in a car.
Yeah, he was.
He was in a car with a football.
I believe he was a captain of the high school team.
Is it always with him? Football?
9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler asking the right questions. I would assume Scott Hansen always has the football. When his contract was up, though, I think he put the football down.
Yep, had to.
Okay.
And he said, I can go do other stuff if you need to do other
Picked
stuff.
up a hockey puck.
Yeah, he said, boom, puck zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Now he's got that football. He's got that thing on him, though.
Always.
He always will, yeah.
That's the Toxic Table that knows everything. At Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Sweet elephant t-shirt. That's my favorite animal.
Really? Is that right?
Wow.
As I've grown older and learned more about animals, the elephant is my favorite. In between those massive ears there is a brain. Doesn't forget shit.
No, it doesn't.
And it's petty.
Yeah, big time.
I'm a big fan of the elephant. I like the way the elephant operates.
Yeah, you ever seen the video of the elephant who goes back to the old lady's funeral in India and stomps on her grave because she screwed with him when he was a baby elephant?
See, that's
real.
That's one of those things where, because of how smart and petty the elephant is, people would believe it's true. So maybe the elephant's getting a little slanderous here, stories about it.
Got videos.
There is video.
It's real.
This thing comes in and raises hell in the entire village.
How about the elephant looking at the photo? Who's dead? Yup, that's who I thought it was.
Yeah.
Where's this at?
I don't even think he saw a photo. I think he got wind of it. You know, I'm sure these things talk because of how big their brains are. And somehow it got back to the first one. And then, boy, oh boy, it ravages this family's funeral. It's crazy.
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room and what people aren't forgetting. They aren't forgetting what happened down there with the Elephants of Alabama in the Roll Tide world. What happened when Saban was a coach. And now Kalen DeBoer is being judged directly against peak Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Tough.
What are we doing?
Yeah, doesn't work out well.
We're loafing. 21. Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
Dan doesn't know shit. Alabama fans just down there in it. It's like, well, if you move on from Kalen DeBoer, which people are already talking about, which is college football, especially one of these big programs, if you don't win every single game, why are you here? You're getting overpaid. These players, you think you're getting overpaid? You're getting overpaid.
Yep.
You need to get the hell out of here. We need to win. Nick Saban was able to do it. That was just a couple years ago. How come you're not able to do it? What's going on with us? Wait, you can go all the way back to Bear Bryant when he was playing 152 players each game.
That's right.
When we were 12 deep at the running back position, which I learned there was some scholarship situations going on there. I guess Bear Bryant was really good at giving scholarships to every person that he thought could play football. And then there were some scholarship limits, I guess, that came into play. But whatever the case, the Alabama fans, we're expecting to be in the conversation. Hey, we are in the conversation all the time. The conversation that we're in is championships. We're not in the conversation of loafing and
No, we're not.
dancing and playing like ass and getting beaten in the trenches. That is not what Alabama football is. We, as Alabama fans, have been able to go into any restaurant in any time, in the SEC, in any college football place, and say, we are the Kings. How you doing? Alabama's here. You're welcome. Roll Tide. And we were able to get any seat we wanted. We were able to talk shit to any team we wanted. Kirby Smart even got a little popped off. Those Georgia fans. They started, everybody's like, well, we're Alabama. That's not, now, we can't do that anymore. You know why? Because we got 21 lows. Says Dan Orlovsky against Florida State. So that is a fascinating thing happening down there in Alabama. And a lot of people have been pointing out that Kalen DeBoer could have been a king at the University of Washington.
Could have.
He had success up there. We put you right up there next to that mountain. What's the mountain over there?
Rainier. Mount Rainier.
Beautiful mountain.
Yeah, right off Puget Sound.
I'm telling you, you walk.
So nice.
You're downtown. You're walking. There's buildings here. It's not bad here. A little mist, early morning. And then you turn right as soon as that building ends and you look, there's just the most beautiful mountain of all time just sitting there.
Cool.
Like it's a postcard. Got the snow right on top of it. It's like they said they were going to put Kalen DeBoer's face on that mountain if he was able to turn around the University of Washington and keep it going. And he certainly did there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
That Penix year, remember? The Roman Empire, how often do you think about Rome and doing that? The whole, everything they had going on. It was up, playing hard, good recruiting process.
Yeah.
We were all the way out there celebrating it. And then he says, I need to get to Alabama and go change this entire thing. People are like, you could have been a king. But he wanted to chase what? Significance forever? Is that one half of the hammer?
Dahn.
Cowboys, AP tone. Your thoughts? Like, what do you think it is? Because this kind of thing happened with Rich Rodriguez at West Virginia as well.
True.
Now, granted, at that time, Rich Rod was getting into a lot of bickering, I believe, about like what our football team had earned whenever it comes to a little bit of assistance, paying coaches, other things happening. Because if you compare what we have now versus what we had then, I mean, we had some really low quality shit, and then everything got built up through our football team. Allegedly, Coach Rod was looking for a little bit more assistance from the program. Program didn't want to give him any, so there was a little bit of bickering there. And then he felt like obligated he had to leave because he was never going to get really what was needed like everybody else was getting. But him going to Michigan, I assume he would look back and say, like, could have been king. Now he's getting a chance to kind of right that ship, which I'm very pumped for him to get to do that. Yeah. But I do wonder how much Kalen DeBoer thinks about that in that brand new office of his over there.
Yeah, I agree because I mean he was a guy who was leveling up. I mean he started at the lowest levels and won there and came through and was all the way up to Washington. I think there's a handful of schools, and I'm sure Rich Rod would say this still. There's a handful of schools that you don't say no to. Michigan being one of them, Alabama being one of them. Those blue collar schools that you just like. Washington is a great football school. They're in the Big Ten. They can probably pay their coaches almost as much as Alabama. I'm not sure if it as much as Alabama, but they're up there. But there's some schools that you do not say no to, and Alabama's one of them.
So $70 million is allegedly what the buyout is for Kalen DeBoer.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but
I believe in Kalen.
I do too.
I believe in
he's
Coach.
always won. He's always won. That did not look like a Kalen DeBoer
It did not.
either.
Recruiting class, though, you mentioned with Bama.
Most 5-stars.
That's coming in eventually. That might help.
They got to run,
bit.
though. They got to try.
If you're Bama, you got to look up at New England and see what happened up there. It's the only real comparison you can do with like a legendary coach leaving. And I'm not saying get rid of DeBoer because I still believe in him. I almost bet Ty Simpson to win the Heisman after that first drive, and that's for shoot, brother. But, the Patriots, their brand of football last year completely changed, and it wasn't what it was when Belichick was there. Not even like the win-loss record, just brand on the field like you're talking about when it comes to loafs. And I'm not saying get rid of Kalen now, but if that doesn't flip around quick, like you are better off going with somebody that can
Maybe. We'll see. We don't know what Coach Rabel has done with the New England Patriots. We have no idea. We assume it's going to be good. We know it wasn't great there for a one-year coaching stint to get fired. I don't think anybody
understands, though. Like, at least Rabel understands what the product of a New England team is that people like.
And what the fans expect.
Yes.
Yeah, all those things. I mean, it happened with Pittsburgh a little bit. So Pittsburgh, obviously, Steelers, running defense. Then they got like five wide with like Todd Haley, Bruce Arians, and everything like that.
Beast.
And they had success, and it was great. Everybody was happy when they had success. When you stop having just the most amount of success, though, they immediately go, this ain't Pittsburgh Steelers football.
Sure.
Like, this ain't what it is. I think that's why a couple coaches got ran out of town. I think that's why Todd ended up getting run out of town. I think Bruce Arians in a similar fashion. I think that type of offense doesn't fit the city, so I understand what you're saying. And Alabama might be the same way. Kalen DeBoer needs to win games.
Yeah.
Immediately, though. He knows that.
Yeah, that was what, I mean, he knew going in that if it wasn't unbelievable from the start, like this would be the reception. Like people, no matter what, were going to react like this if they weren't, going to the playoff or going to the national championship or whatever the case may be. But he also, it's not like he forgot how to coach. I'm sure he is still supremely confident in himself. So yeah, now it's just, hey, we got to get going. We can't lay an egg next week. Can't lay an egg in the SEC. We know the talent we have, and let's stay to the course here and not completely fall apart after week one.
I think the thing with DeBoer is too that is tough is Saban lost four times to as a double-digit favorite his entire time there, 20 years or whatever it is, and DeBoer's done it 4 times now in his whatever.
That's what every Alabama fan's saying.
Yeah, they know that's it. Yeah,
you can't lose the ones you're supposed to win there.
That's why he came there.
That is, I guess that is what he signed up for.
Yeah.
Did he though? Because that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he left Washington. You had Washington national championship. You come to Alabama because just like the same conversation we had with Bill after week one, You can be a great coach. Your guys can be prepared. You can have all these different things. But if you're not getting the best players in the country year in and year out, you don't have a chance to be in the national championship conversation year in and year out. And now with him being down there, we talked about leading the nation in 5-star recruits next year. He retained a bunch of guys on that roster. So you have the pieces, and now it's on you as a coach. B.A. talked about it yesterday. Like, coaches lose more games than they actually win. So now the effort, the energy, the intensity, the attention to details, those are the things that Kalen DeBoer, which he's always done, has to be great at, but now at the highest level. So, like I said, I got faith in him to turn around. Hopefully it was just a one-off. We'll see.
We like Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah.
We do. That's why watching that game the other night was like, he's gonna get crushed.
He's very nice to us.
Yeah, he's been very nice to us. And also,
no, we can't. If we start doing that, he's a nice guy. That nice guy shit.
He is,
No,
though.
I'm just saying nice in general.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
And he wins.
He does win.
Yeah,
He wins.
I personally think, as we're talking about it, should have thought in his head, like, hey, Bear Bryant in Washington would be cool. But, yeah, I guess going to Alabama. Because you mentioned it, you got to go to Bama to be in the conversation for a national championship. Like, now you don't, because there's 12 teams, and it might suck. Like, at the end of the year, you might say, like, well, Notre Dame didn't play anyone. Well, Washington or one of these teams, Pac-12, they didn't play anyone. But they're in the conversation because they made it. So, like, is it worth the...
Well, when you're starting with 12 and you're counting down to 1.
Exactly.
If you get into dance, that's really all that matters.
More teams and a lot more fun.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be, but that first round was not a lot done by the bad teams.
That's a good point.
That was pretty big.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it, is that more schools get a shot to shine.
Yeah, and
Boom.
when you put it that way, you can't help but this is the right way to crown a CFP national champion. But when you're watching some of those games, it's like it feels like we're just kind of more blowouts.
Yeah, this game's shite.
And boy, we got a lot of off time for the higher seeds. Did they get rusty? They just had a month off.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you did the best out of everybody.
Well, and that's the quarterfinals, New Year's 6.
Yeah.
That kind of
rotating bases.
Rotating
bases.
bases.
Yeah.
should help.
So cold.
That was a great song.
It was.
Okay, let's talk a little bit NFL before our coach Cristobal joins us. Travis Hunter is listed as a starting wide receiver, and then I believe he's second string left corner or something like that. So the mindset here is he's majoring at wide receiver, and he's getting a minor in cornerback. And we probably assume that this is the right way to go about doing this. Once again, this is not a normal situation for anybody to handle, let alone brand new head coach, brand new GM in a city and a program and organization that's trying to make a huge jump here. Huge jump. Stoner, who's the general manager, actually came out the day after drafting Travis Hunter and saying the game of football is supposed to be tested. The boundaries are supposed to be touched. You're supposed to try to change the game. That is football. That is Travis Hunter. Like, gave a full speech about how, holy shit, football was once like this. Now it's completely different because Travis Hunter is here. Now we're getting a chance to see how they're going to unroll it. What are your thoughts on this, D. Butch? And what does this say to you whenever it's a major and wide receiver, kind of a minor and cornerback at this moment?
Kind of expected on this level. And Stoner and Liam Cohen, they're dealing with something that nobody's really dealt with before at this level. You made the big trade to draft him at number 2. He dealt with a little injury preseason with the shoulder, so I don't know how that affected or impacted their plans going forward. But you start with him majoring at wide receiver. It's a lot more moving parts on the offensive side of the ball between the ears when it comes to game planning, adjustments, and all those things. Been on the same page with Trevor Lawrence and all those things on the offensive side of the ball than there are on the defensive side of the ball. If you're looking at the schedule here, these different weeks, you see the different weapons. When you come across these different teams where you have matchup problems on the defensive side of the ball, if you are the Jacksonville Jaguars, that's when I think they'll implement that chess piece, Travis Hunter. Maybe it's a cat defense. Hey, we're going to play this third down red area. Hey, you got that cat. You got Jamar Chase this week on these critical situations. You got Nico Collins. You have whoever that opposing number 1 threat is, and you put your best cover guy on him. That may be just 15, 16 snaps that game. But we'll see. I can't wait to see how it actually unfolds. He's a great, great player. We know who he is, not only physically, but between the ears, what he showed in college football, to be able to kind of attain all that information and be in the right places. And we talk about loafing. This guy rarely loafed. I never really saw him loaf on the college level. We know how tough it is to play on the National Football League physically, week in and week out. So that's the number one thing to watch out for. But I'm excited to see this Travis Hunter experience and see it starting majoring on offense, minoring on defense. I think that's the right way to start it out.
I like the thoughts and everything you laid out. We're not saying that's definitely what they're thinking. We are just saying this is a possible mindset for them.
Yes.
Like whenever they face a team, I think it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a 10, and 11, whatever it is. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11. Got it. Okay. So, and so all those weeks they have a plethora of weapons on the other side. So why not add in one of the greatest athletes? You're just saying this could be the mindset that the Jacksonville Jaguars are having.
This could be just because of how tough it is. And I'm coming kind of from personal experience. I played both ways in college my senior year. So there were certain matchups where we're playing Virginia, we're playing Rutgers or West Virginia. Hey, you got a 15-play script on offense. So I'll go and practice with the offense 7-on-7, practice with the offense in the red area. And I knew my plays, I knew my position, but I majored on the defensive side of the ball. But I knew exactly what situations I was going to be going into on the offensive side of the ball. So I think that's a great way to start it out, on this next level, which, like I said, we haven't really seen anybody do it yet.
And then if he's able to do it full time on both sides, that baby.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be insane.
That'd be unbelievable. That'd be so much fun to watch. We can't wait to follow his journey in a tough AFC South.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, tough AFC
To
South.
the gills.
Yeah.
Obviously, Houston's got a lot to say in that conversation.
Sure.
For good reason. They've won it a few times. Tennessee, they got a guy.
I got a guy.
Generation.
New stadium coming. And then obviously, we got Trevor Lawrence in a new Adidas commercial with a guy who's going to be playing both ways. Feels like vibes are high down there. Stoner feels great. Liam Cohen is beloved. I mean, they got it for the next couple. Building a new stadium, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to. Do they put 3 pools in there? I don't know.
Probably have to.
AFC South stacked. Nobody wants to come dance with us.
100-yard pool.
Oh my God! Somebody swim.
Yeah, everyone's got
Down the length of the field.
Yeah, with the ball, with Travis Hunter running in a touchdown.
Yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a guy who had to watch the end of that conversation, and we do apologize to him for that. He is the head coach of the undefeated Miami Hurricanes football team. Ladies and gentlemen, Mario Cristobal. Coach, what do you think about putting a 100-yard pool so we can swim down the side as your boys Carson Beck's throwing a deep ball to Tony down there? What do you think about that, Coach? Pretty good?
Where do you want this pool again?
100 yards, right down the sideline.
On the sideline. Sounds like your kind of stadium, man. I don't know if I can make that happen.
Well, you're walking on top of the pool would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like you're on top of the pool and you got people swimming underneath. Nonetheless, Coach, congratulations. Okay, Cam Ward comes in last year. You guys become a viral sensation with how the games go. Obviously, massive plays happening, magical run throughout the entire season. We have a Miami fan with us, and he was obviously each week living and dying with you guys, as I assume you were. Now you have to reload. You lose the number 1 pick in the draft, Cam Ward. Why Carson Beck the guy for you guys this year? And what has he shown since getting there that makes you believe, like, yeah, we might have lost an incredible leader and an incredible quarterback, but we were able to find another guy that'll be able to do that for us?
Well, he was at Georgia while Monken was over there, who's now with the Ravens. And, Monken and our offense coordinator, Shannon Dawson, they're really tight. He's an air raid disciple, but, Monken successfully blended, right, the power run game, the RPO, the air raid, with an unbelievable run game, really diverse. And we felt that we could do the same thing with Shannon Dawson. And just discussing Carson and watching him on tape, he had all the tools, man. And when he had good protection, he lit it up really well in 23. Last year they got, beat up a little bit. It wasn't maybe the same system. It just fit us. And the guy he's a great human being. Like, he's a legitimate dude. Like, people love being around him. He gets after it, relentless worker, and he just fits.
And you got wide receivers making catches like that. I mean, absolutely absurd catch there by CJ. Obviously, Tony went crazy. And are we thinking about maybe putting Bain on offense? Are we thinking about maybe getting the ball a little bit?
We'll see how Heisman voting goes down the stretch, man. If we need to, we might do that. But you saw him with the ball in his hands. He's been playing football since he's been knee high, and he does it all, man. And if you have a chance, watch him and watch Mesidor, our other defensive end, against Notre Dame's tackle, and see what a great job they did controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we watched. We saw it. Yeah, it was that was the thing I think I noticed with these college teams. Now that I've been baptized kind of into the world through College Game Day, it's like you got to be big and you got to be fast. Like that, you have to be big and fast. Now, granted, everything else in between the ears have to have that as well. But the body types of college ball at the highest level, you got to be big and fast. They talk about you being like a relentless recruiter. What are you looking for guys that you're trying to make Hurricanes? And what do they mean by saying that you are a recruiter 25 hours? Because we're wasting now seemingly 7-8 minutes of you potential recruiting time by the way they describe it.
You're killing me. You're killing me. Hopefully this will help out too. No, I mean,
I'm recruiting right now, actually. Yeah,
always.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
I played here on some badass teams. I was a nobody, but the guys I played with, they were like legitimate, real deal dudes, Hall of Famers, gold jacket type guys. And I learned quickly, like, I like playing with those guys because you know what? They're going to on Saturdays. They're going to kick ass and take over games. And I came back to Miami as a GA in 97, 98, when they were coming off of, some really bad years and trying to put it together and going, man, that does not look like Miami. And then guys like Chuck Pagano, right? He was a DB coach here. Greg Schiano, Butch Davis, Larry Coker, a lot of guys that were, showing me the road. Hey, this is a way we got to build this team. We got to recruit really good players. I'm like, yeah, because those guys aren't very good. So we hit a slew of home runs, man, in a very short amount of time and flipped the program. And I just became, I've always been a big believer in the right kind of people. And in football, the right kind of people that are legitimate, like elite competitors.
I think Florida and South Florida, more specific, getting good at college football again is great for college football as a whole. But boy, Florida was looking dry for a while. A lot of flights out of town. South Florida native D-Bud has a question for you.
Too many. South Florida kid, grew up a Hurricane fan, obviously went to UConn, so a Husky for life. But how important is it, and Pat talked about your recruiting South Florida specifically and keeping those guys down there, looking up and down the roster, see a lot of South Florida boys, and then looking on the sideline with all those legends, Michael Irvin, Ray Lewis, Willis McGahee, Andre Johnson, Edge, a lot of South Florida guys themselves. So how important is that for you, Coach?
Man, I was about to plug those guys in the game. They're about to kick off to us. I'm like, all right, let's get Devin Hester in there, see what he can do too, right? No, it's always been important, and I was away for a long time. I've been away for 20 plus years before finally leaving Oregon and coming back this way. And from afar, you would see a lot of misses, a lot of local misses, and then some national misses because Miami is made up from, a national aspect as well, the big bodies up in the Northeast, the Midwest, and sometimes even the West Coast. But to get guys like Ruben Bain, think about it. Ruben Bain is part of our first full class. So he's a true junior now, right? And like all the fruits of all that hard work, all the labor, man, it's paying off. So yeah, when those guys are there, it makes a difference. When I came to school here and why I came to Miami was because I always saw those dudes coming back to the games. If we were playing in a big time game, before our coach would come over and rip our ass, we had Michael Irvin, Jerome Brown, may he rest in peace, Winston Moss, Melvin Bratt, and all these guys right in your face, right in your grill, making sure you hold up the standard. So it's always been a natural thing, and it's good to see that coming back.
It's been talked about for years and years, though. Is this the year the U's back, the U's back, the U's back, the U's back? Last year, felt it. The whole world experienced it. You go out to Cal for game day there, the Miami fans traveled out there, like a lot of them. And it was like they were feeling as if we're all the way back. And now after beating Notre Dame early, you got some games here early, brother. Boston College, obviously big one for them and for the ACC here as a whole. USF, Florida, Florida State, then Brahms, Louisville. You got Pitt after Thanksgiving up there. So, you're going to have some cold. It feels like you have a
Bethune-Cook.
Oh, sorry, not BC. I'm so sorry. Bethune-Cookman. That's 100% on me. That was Coach.
I was wondering what the hell you were talking about.
Ed Reed.
Coach Reed.
Yeah. For us.
Hey,
very quick time.
But we're talking about South Florida, those athletes, Coach, how important. I know it's one game at a time, but you look at that schedule, you see Florida State, you see Florida State, you see Florida. All you guys are in the top 15. I know it's early right now, but even surrounding that, how much do you hear about that with all these Florida teams kind of being back at their standard of what it used to be?
Well, think about it. Today was probably, maybe yesterday was the toughest day because for the first time in a while, Miami is now learning how to handle success again. So we had to be all over their butts about, look, when everybody tries to kiss the crack of your butt on the way to class and telling you how great you are and you see all this stuff, you got to stay clear of that and get you over here so we could be all over your butts and push you and grind on you so you could focus on what gave us this opportunity to begin with, So it's all a learning process. But, for us, like you mentioned, it's Bethune-Cookman right now.
Yep.
It's tomorrow's practice. We got to get after it. Like today, Francis Mainoa against Ruben Bain in a one-on-one. Looks like Jurassic Park. That's the way Miami should look, right?
Yes.
So that's our focus, man. Just like right here, right now, not get ahead of anything, not skip steps, man. We got a lot of work to do, but we're doing it, and we're making a ton of progress.
You talk about Jurassic Park. AP Tona's question for you.
Yeah, Coach, obviously we know you are a trenches guy. You were born and raised in the trenches, and you talk about Bain and Francis going up against each other in practice. Everyone said preseason you guys have a top 5 O-line, D-line. And you talked about marrying the air raid with a power running game. And we talk about all the time in the NFL how, the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. It feels like we're coming back to having to play defense and run the football. Are you seeing that in college football as well? Because, last year, all Final Four teams, they played incredible defense and they ran the football. So are you seeing that as well in college?
I think so. I think everything is morphing and evolving and blending. I mean, you think about it. I was at Alabama with Coach Saban when it was – we're almost like a boa, man. You kick your butt up front and just strangle you on defense and win 17-3. But you have to start scoring points, right? And then the spread and tempo. Remember, as Coach Saban used to call us Al-Qaeda because we would go fast in practice. So it just kept going from people start saying, you know what, if we could just combine that almost like that basketball, spacing mentality in the passing game and blend it in with the right type of play action protection concepts, great screen games, a power run game, and varied tempos, right? Like a good pitcher, mix up your pitches all the time. If you could make that a reality, then you're going to have something special. And we've become that. And last year, for us, that was a generational offense, and we feel like we can be even better here in the coming years.
Enemy of the state, Coach Saban is calling you at practice. These guys are enemies of the state here. Al-Qaeda.
All this Taliban is what he did.
That's Coach.
That's good. Yeah. What are you trying to do here? Yeah. What are you trying to do here?
Paint a picture.
Carson Beck had a handshake with a DB, I think. You feel like your team's tight? I feel like that is the X factor that really separates the great teams from the good teams. I think your teams have to like each other. I think they have to hang out with each other. I think they have to want to fight with each other. I think that is a huge piece. Do you feel that in your locker room? Because it looked like it from watching the game.
Yeah, it feels like that. Your biggest concern is when you're getting all this talent, are you getting independent contractors, or are you getting legitimate dudes that want to win while pursuing their goals, right? Their dreams. And we do a good job just doing a lot of stuff together. We're lucky. We're in Miami, right? We're in the middle of Coral Gables, and then we're at, Prime 112 and Smith and Walensky. Then we want to get the team together. We'll go on a speedboat and go to the beach for a little while, but then be back here in this private
recruiting. We're recruiting right now. We're recruiting. We got palm trees everywhere. We're on speedboats. We got good sun here.
More players. Anyways, but without a doubt, I think it showed. It showed because I don't think it's hard to win games like that unless you're tight and you're slugging it out for each other. And that was a muddy, bloody game up front. That was like rock'em sock'em robots for 4 quarters, and I think our guys just found a way to just dig a little bit deeper.
It was a great game. We appreciate you guys doing that for us, especially opening week. It was. I think you're both teams A-OK going forward. Now your team in this modern era, especially more players, you're going to need assistance. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, you're a 10 out of 10 recruiter. Obviously, you were the recruiting coordinator at Alabama, and now it's changed a lot with NIL. I believe just Jeff Bezos was in the building in a suite at your game, and also Dana White now has a daughter going to Miami. Have you reached out yet for maybe $500 million, maybe $1 billion? Jeff Bezos, I think, pisses that in the morning for maybe a couple more players. We're talking about all these great Florida schools. A couple extra dollars might help.
Well, soon I think our next lineup will have The Rock and Pat McAfee, and we'll go from there. We'll line them all up, man. Hit them up for some dough.
Well, I'm already giving enough money to West Virginia. Hey, you need to call Dwayne Johnson. He just got a 15-minute standing ovation for his acting role in The Smashing Machine. It's like I think he's about to crack into they're talking Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, The Rock somehow, Papa Tui.
Yep.
Zoa energy drink.
Yep.
TKO chairman.
Yep.
Production company.
Great former team.
Yeah, $7, final boss.
What'd you say, Coach?
He was my teammate here at Miami.
What a stud, dude. What was he like at college? Incredible work ethic, I assume. You guys all saw that from a very young age?
Yeah. He's the guy that walked in doing 315 for 20 on the bench press, just kind of like a walking bicep, just a monster physique, but really quiet, really reserved, and a great player. A great player. We were loaded, man. Even back then, great players had to take their, wait their turn and whatnot. But he was always a great teammate, great player.
Yeah, he gave back to you guys right in there at Dwayne Johnson locker room or something. I think he ties back to his times at the U for a lot of things and a lot of inspiration for what he does. A great success story, especially if U's all the way back. We can't wait to watch you. Bethune-Cookman this weekend. Then we got the Florida lineup. Don't look ahead, Coach, but USF, Florida, Florida State. Everybody's good. First time all Florida teams have been ranked, right? In
top 15 for
since.
a long.
I think it was 2006.
Yeah, 06. And it's early. It's early.
It's early. 1 week.
Let's keep it going.
Don't be taking those kisses to the ass crack. We don't need any smooches on the butt. We need to get back to work. Coach, we appreciate the hell out of you, and thank you for stopping by.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Mario Cristobal.
Oh.
Wait. Coach, you still there?
I'm still here.
You speak Spanish? Is that what I remember?
Hablo español perfectamente bien. ¿Qué tú quieres?
Sí. Yeah. All right. Ciao. Grazie. All right. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Mario Cristobal.
That was a little Italian for you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sweet.
Makes it in there.
So I guess Coach Saban used to have Mario Cristobal if there was like a recruit or a coach or an area he was trying to get to where, Spanish speaking, it was like, Coach Cristobal, I need you to come. Please, need you to come.
Need you here, Coach.
Need you here. And I guess it's just fluid whenever you need. Down in Miami, that's probably an incredible thing to have.
Yes.
What a beast. You guys like him down there?
Love him.
Gumpy, let's talk about it. What were your thoughts on Mario Cristobal? Because I remember a couple years ago, you guys had the lead. Hand the ball
Fourth
off.
quarter, yeah.
Fumble happens, goes back the other way. We all feel obligated to say, that can't happen.
Coach.
Coach, that can't. Obviously, hang on to the damn ball. Obviously, hang on to the ball. But that can't happen. Feel like he got judged harshly because of it. And I'm just saying that strictly from how we even had to feel. Had to talk about it. Everybody had to talk about it. What he's done since then is really turned the entire program around. Number 1 overall pick in Cam Ward, obviously perfect marriage. And it feels like Carson's the exact same way. And he's recruiting 25 hours a day. They're saying, Gumpy, you got to be excited as a U fan.
Yeah, it's awesome because I used to watch him a lot when I lived on the West Coast when he was coaching Oregon, and I liked him there. But this Corey Weatherman guy, the new DC they got, you see his passion, the fire he has on the sidelines. That was the problem last year. Cam Ward knew the defense couldn't get a stop. If you didn't score on one possession, there was a good chance you were going to lose that game.
Congrats to Miami being back. And congrats to all of us getting a chance to see Michael Irvin and Ray and Ed.
Damn, I forgot to ask him, what's Michael Irvin's title?
Yeah,
you got to have some
Same
title.
as McConaughey.
I think he's leader of the pack.
He's the Minister of Culture?
Yeah.
Is McConaughey.
Yeah, right.
Leader of the pack might be Michael Irvin.
Sure. Yeah.
Minister maybe of...
Drake was technically like Toronto
Juice
Raptors
Man.
ambassador. Granted, that was a pro team.
Yeah, because I asked McConaughey's title. I said, what are you, like, chief of culture or something? He said, I'm not an executive. No. Minister of culture.
Legend.
Of course.
You see his golf swing by any chance?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He's McConaughey.
So smooth.
Of course. Somebody said you need to act like a golfer, and he was like, all right, let me watch
Yeah,
this
no
film.
problem.
I got it.
What do I got to do? These hands got to get real loose up here, right? It looks like, and I'm just trying to pinch that thing, right? He's awesome.
Yeah.
Everything about him, his vibe, whenever he walks, it looks like he's floating. And his hair is just always so perfectly prim.
I looked it up. He has another title. He is a minister of culture, but he's also the professor of practice at the university.
Is that Michael?
No, that would be
McConaughey.
Okay.
We're just trying to build for Irvin's title.
Sure.
You know,
Professor
trying to build for them. We have some great news coming out of Pittsburgh. Cam Hayward's going to play football this year.
Wow. For the Steelers?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Never would have guessed that.
Yeah, the hold-in, I guess, is not going to be an issue. Mike Tomlin says this.
I'm certainly expecting Cam to play. Cam doesn't play a lot in team development over the last several years. My job is to get him in and out of Latrobe, and I've done my job. And so there are no reservations about his participation or his readiness. I'm sure he's chopping at the bit.
Okay, hold in over. He's playing football for the Pittsburgh Steelers is what Coach Tomlin is saying, expecting. That's a big deal. Obviously, last year was all pro.
Yep.
Now he was seeking a little bit more money because they redid his contract last year, take away money, I assume, from this year. So now he's at a lower level. And all anybody was saying is, okay, Cam, come on. That's basically the way everybody had treated this. We thought maybe he'd get a little bit more money before the season. Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. And now Cam Hayward's playing for a fully stacked Pittsburgh Steelers team.
Yeah, it's huge, especially week one against the Jets, who are going to have a good running game. And Derek Carman, who they drafted in the first round out of Oregon, is going to be banged up for the first couple weeks. So that's huge. Obviously, Need came in the middle. He's been the best player on the Steelers defense for a long time with TJ Watt. Did I hear him call practice team development? He goes, Cam doesn't participate a lot in team development. He just called it practice.
Yeah, and then he said it's my job to get him in and out of Latrobe.
And I did that.
And I did, or St. Vincent, whatever he said. Yeah, it was a great way to word things, which is Mike Tomlin football to a T there. So basically, we were all getting a little bit overzealous about this hold-in. Cam probably not practicing those days anyways.
Yeah.
What year is this for him?
15, 16?
15, 16?
17, 18?
In the middle of a defensive line. Taking on bodies.
So much work.
Captain obviously voted Aaron Rodgers, TJ Watt, and
Miles Kilburg.
Dog.
Yes,
absolutely.
Naming okay, well, I guess if I'm a Steelers rookie, I know how to get my paycheck. I guess I'll just hold out like Cam Hayward, and I'll be a captain. And, Aaron Rodgers, he's up there. He didn't work very hard this offseason.
What do you mean he didn't work hard? You don't know that.
That's what people are saying.
Did he just say?
He said Aaron didn't work hard this offseason. You see that ball coming in, you think he just woke up doing that?
Oh, well, Aaron wakes up doing that. Yes, every day, actually. I do think he does wake up and does that. And
yeah, exactly. That's because he's working.
How many quarterbacks were playing with those squirty guns on stage this offseason while everybody else was
He's working on his aim.
Yeah. Well, he ain't shooting in football.
Oh, that's where you're wrong, my friend, because he throws that thing like he's pulling a bow and arrow.
Throwing darts, exactly.
I'm sorry, you've never seen the longest yard?
If he was throwing water balloons, or maybe some sort of water contraption instead of a squirt gun, I'd feel a little better. I'm just saying, 2 of those 4 captains for the Pittsburgh Steelers are essentially, 3. I forgot TJ Watt's up there. He held out too.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, look, if you want to be captain
I
for
don't
the Steelers,
I don't like what Connor
you
said.
just got to hold out.
I just want to let everybody know, I did not know Connor was going to take that.
Nope.
Me neither. Tell us all.
Yeah, I mean, Connor got real excited, I think, whenever his brain started piecing that whole thing together. He could attack Pittsburgh a little bit, but that's how Pittsburgh knows people from Boston are going to react.
No, if he doesn't realize that it rains in Pittsburgh and you got to play with a wet ball, and that's what Aaron was doing with squirt guns, was just squirting his balls down so he could, participate in practice.
As long as he was squirting his own balls. I just want to make sure
he certainly was
on his own.
He certainly was, because he needed to get good grip on that thing. But with all that being said, Cam Hayward in year whatever, Aaron in year 400, TJ Watt still there. It feels like now is the time where they're all going to lock in and play the ball.
Yeah.
Chris Boswell, kicker, is that still a thing going on?
He'll be out there kicking too, I assume.
I assume he says.
I believe we would have heard so.
He should have been captain.
I think Slay's in his 13th year, right? 14th?
Yeah, he's a OG.
Yeah. So many vets on that team.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Ramsey's not
Ramsey,
yeah.
Yinzers, I think, by and large,
grizzled team.
Guaranteed Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I mean,
grizzled bet.
Some people have been saying a little long in the tooth.
Yeah, other leaders are long in the tooth and want money. That's what I've heard.
I will tell you this. I think there's Yinzers that are very worried about how this is all going to play.
I wouldn't call them Yinzers then.
I think there's a lot of, real nice. We got all the toys, huh? We got everything that's supposed to be. We're supposed to win the Super Bowl.
Feels like you're listening to one person.
Yeah, I think he represents a lot of people, though.
I don't think so. Not my people.
I want all the teams up here to go to the Super Bowl or to go to the playoffs, especially Debo's team.
Thank you.
By far, the team that goes 9-8, that's the most entertaining, would be the Steelers. If the Steelers go 9-8, it will be comedy.
Watching
that place will explode. Yeah, just imagining like a 7-2 start and then a 9-8 finish.
It kind of, you know what it kind of feels like? When Kenny Pickett was slicing and dicing that preseason. Do you remember that?
Against Atlanta?
Oh my God. Tone was.
He thinks that would be. I was born in 9-8.
Yeah, we know.
Raised in 9-8.
We know you were. Well, we understand that. But we're saying there hasn't been a lot of like really ridiculous expectations out of the Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I think, for a bit.
Not since 2017.
I think there hasn't been. This one and the Kenny Pickett preseason one feel like the biggest. Like the Kenny Pickett preseason was that 2-3 years ago.
I think we all knew that was a joke, though.
So this year, I mean, imagine how excited they were when Kenny Pickett was 7-7 in the preseason. You got fucking Aaron Rodgers now, and things are changed a little bit.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. If they don't fire everyone,
here we go.
We're moving on.
Nope.
Get your shit.
Nope.
Here we go.
Everyone just got extensions. And by the way, if I remember correctly, that guy from Pittsburgh that you keep listening to wanted Aaron to play in the preseason too.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He said, "I want to see 2-3 snaps him in that Pittsburgh Steelers uniform." Don't we think he should take a couple snaps so we could see it?
No,
what it
you
looks?
tell that guy to come see me next time.
He actually is coming today.
Oh, good.
I just hope
Yes, you'll see him.
I really just hope the con artist is conning the other teams and not his own city. Whoa. That's what I hope. That's what I hope.
It's going to be a fun year, isn't it?
It's going to be a long one. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's going to be spending a lot of time with us. Okay? He's going to be in all of our lives. And we're excited for that. We still have no idea how he does it. His bladder control is one that they should tell stories about. His ability to navigate throughout an entire league's actions and storylines is second to none. His contract was up. I think he had more leverage than anybody in the history of on-air talent. I hope he utilized it. Even if he didn't, we're thankful he's back. The host of the Red Zone channel, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Hansen. How you doing, brother?
Gentlemen, welcome to our humble abode. I asked to do this interview from the Red Zone studio. This is the first ever interview I've done from the actual Red Zone studio.
Wow.
You welcome us into your place all the time. So if you want a tour, we can do that, or we can just talk how the Steelers can get to the Super Bowl starting on Sunday in the early window of NFL Red Zone.
Well, we will certainly talk about that again with somebody that isn't you. What we can do with you is see your studio.
Yeah.
I had no idea we had potential access. Thank you for allowing us to be the first Red Zone studio interview. Okay, so it's a massive green screen. All right, and we're standing behind that podium the entire time? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Now, I know you're going to make fun of me because, look over here. Right here, let me go.
Go full screen on this or no?
Step back. Here we go.
It's up and down. Got it. Yeah, that's a standing.
Look at
It looks like the COVID
So-
years. It looks like the COVID years.
Now, this is not some ego play by me. You know this, Pat. The crew uses this to balance the green screen here, like a Marvel movie and whatnot. The desk is real. The host's enthusiasm is real, and most importantly, the touchdowns are real.
Yeah,
but the background is completely fake.
Okay, so
And,
how many hours are you in
here's-
there? What time's day start?
So I'm in Los Angeles. This is right next to Inglewood, right next to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Literally 300 feet this way is SoFi Stadium. I like to be the first one in the studio. I get in at little after 5 a.m. on Sunday. Kickoff is 10 a.m. Pacific on Sunday. So 5 hours of ramping up. I have a little. I eat my food. I eat my breakfast at the desk right here. Okay, I know you want to know this. No, there's no toilet back here or anything.
Scroll
like
down.
that.
Scroll down. Scroll
There's-
down.
There's no Gatorade jug back there. Just I stand right here.
There's a little hose there.
Look-
Is there a hose in there? Was that a wire? What was that wire? in there?
Sort of catheter.
What was it?
It's okay. Here, you really want to get into it?
Go down a little bit down. What is that down there? What's that down there? That's a little catheter there or no?
Wizinator?
It does sort of look like a tube. That's some kind of electrical cord.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Okay.
But-
Of course, yep, got to the bottom of that.
So anyway, looking into the camera here, here's what you guys will find fun because I only stand here for the first 90 seconds of the show. As soon as we go to the Octobox, when the kickoffs are all beginning, I come around here and I stand right here and watch this wall of monitors. They got a camera light up here for the Pat McAfee Show today. That's not usually here, but we have every game on. All these big monitors go into quadrants. I'll put all 8 games on over here. I've got a massive monitor that's tapped into the scoreboards of every stadium in the NFL, and I got all the scores live with the clock exactly synchronized to the game clock, so the action could be a little 2 seconds off, but that is the game clock. Down here, I've got what you got at home. We call it our program monitor, that I know what you're watching at any given moment, and then I can say, all right, we just had, whatever. The Patriots did just this, the Cowboys, the Eagles, whatever. Let's get it over here. But, yeah, we rock and roll. My right-hand men, my version of Boston Connor, Ty Schmidt, Tone Diggs, they sit right here. Tim Galanians, Brian Larrabee. They have their laptops popped open to give me any type of stat, fact, player identification, and we rock and roll for 7 hours with no commercial breaks.
So you got 2 spots. That's awesome. Thank you for the tour there, by the way. That's fantastic stuff. Thank you for showing us how the sausage is made. And that sausage, by the way, is a must for any NFL fan every single Sunday. You've become just an institution in of yourself on one of the quad boxes for everybody's YouTube TV run. You got 2 spotters there. Who's deciding, are you cutting to these games in real time? Who are you talking to? Is there a truck? Is there a room? How many people are in there? I assume that's chaos.
control room. It is controlled chaos, but chaos indeed. The control room is right above us over here, and it has about 15 to 20 people in it at any given time. Our producers, our coordinating producers, Alan Flowers and Andy Gregg, our line producers, Todd Mossberg and Brian Nettles, they're in my ear constantly saying, all right, we're on the Falcons game right now. It's 3rd and 8 from midfield. If they go incomplete, they're going to bring out the punt team. So let's go to Green Bay. But keep in mind, Seattle's coming out of the 2-minute warning timeout, and they're 1st and goal from the 6. So if they come out of commercial break, let's go to Seattle. Otherwise, go to Lambeau Field. However, if the Falcons get this first down, we'll stay with this drive.
Yes.
So it's like calling plays in my ear, like if it coach to quarterback communication system, and then I get to the line of scrimmage and execute whatever the football demands.
The people that I've met that come to mind that could potentially pull off what you're doing, Michael Cole, period. That's it. I think what you're doing is like very difficult, and you make it look very easy. And that's why I hope whenever we saw your contract was up, it was like, oh, buddy, now is a good time to be Scott Hanson. So we want to say congratulations to you, and also thank you for getting that done, because you're a massive piece of our NFL season, brother. Massive piece of the entire thing.
Pat, I appreciate it, fellas. I appreciate it. I've been on the show like once or twice before, and I say this every time. It is a massive responsibility. I mean, I love doing what I do, and I hope the enthusiasm comes across your televisions. I love football. I love serving the audience. But it's a massive responsibility when everyone in the sports broadcasting industry who's not working on an NFL Sunday is most likely watching Red Zone to get the 10,000-foot view. Players tell me all the time when they're not playing on Sunday, they're watching Red Zone. Coaches tell me when they're not playing on Sunday, they're watching Red Zone. So it's a heck of a responsibility, and I try and respect the game, respect the players, respect the coaches, and honor our audience who joins us, millions of them, for every single Sunday that make Red Zone their ritual and their routine. So I appreciate you, boys. I'm going to give everything I got here. Season 17 kicking off on Sunday.
Let's go. You've earned it all, Scott. You have. And we appreciate you. On that note, D-Bud has a question for you.
Just mentioned season 17. How many, weeks or years did it take you to get actually comfortable with all of that chaos that you just mentioned that goes on behind the scenes, and now you're going into a game, assuming you're going in pretty comfortable every Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning for you now?
Yeah, so D-Bud, good to see you, sir. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
You know,
Football.
Before, let's go. Before I was the host of Red Zone, I was a roving reporter. So I used to go to Lucas Oil Stadium and cover the Colts game, right? And I would do some pregame reports, and then during the game, I would sit up in the press box with all the rest of the talking heads and just watch the game, log stuff. But I'd be the guy up in the press box that would have my laptop open, and as Peyton Manning was doing something on the field at Lucas Oil Stadium, I'd be elbowing, the guy and the gal next to me on media row saying, yeah, I know Peyton's doing this, but Tony Romo just hit Terrell Owens on a 50-yard touchdown in Dallas. And, Adrian Peterson's got 100 yards at the half in Minnesota. So I have always wanted to get the overarching view of the NFL, even when I had a live game going on in front of me. So to answer your question specifically, I was not entirely comfortable, but reasonably comfortable, because I always want to watch more than one thing at a time. My brain is wired that way, and I love multitasking and just saying, oh man, I want to tell this person about this going on. I know you're watching this, but check out this right here. And that's what Red Zone is for 7 straight hours. It's the NFL doing something, and then me tapping America on the shoulder saying, hey, look at this in Dallas, in Houston, in Detroit, whatever.
Yeah, and the only people you really attacked were normally punters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all super positive. It's all super positive. Everything's positive, which is why I like you. Touchdowns, good things happening. Boom, boom, boom.
I shouted you out. When a dude bangs a 70-yarder, I've shouted you out on the air.
That's a kicker, and I do appreciate that. Punters only appear on the Red Zone channel when one's going to the house.
I meant a 70-yard punt. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I like you doing that. But
ask the fellas. They know that I have before.
Okay.
I've said, for the brand, man.
I saw it.
Okay. The first 10 years of a murder scene to the punters, though. Okay, this is like we're talking very recent history here.
Yeah.
First 10
We
years.
said it. If we see a bunt, we know why.
The only time a punter would go on Red Zone Channel is because it's going the other way. So I hated the Red Zone Channel as somebody that was, playing at the time. I'm like, Red Zone Channel, everybody loves it, huh? It's great. Yeah. Only time I'm getting on there is somebody running right by my ass. So, but now that I am just a sports watcher and no longer a punter, it might be the greatest invention that any sport has ever had. Like whenever it comes to a media thing, like college football is going to try to do it. I hope. I think there's always been.
Are you guys going to do it again? Last year you dabbled in it. Are you guys going to try college?
There was so many commercials. We were still doing the commercials of the regular. You know what I mean? Like you got the 30-second ad thing is still a thing, I guess. With that, you would have to sell that as an LRAP digital. Like you guys. NFL football.
Oh, boy, here it comes.
Yeah. What is it? How many hours of
he just said commercial free.
Full commercial football.
Pat said commercial free.
I heard you say.
What did you say?
Yeah, we can run it back.
Can you give us a preview of what it's going to sound like on Sunday there?
Yeah.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Oh, man. Let me before I do it, can I just say one thing? When it comes, I'm the host of the show.
What if I said no?
Right?
What if I would have said no right there? You said, can I say one thing?
I'd run through the stop sign. The business folks handle the business.
Of course.
And I have no say over different elements that could or could not be in the show.
Okay.
And so I'll just tell you right now, when you see me come on the air here, we're going to hit the Octo Box. We've got 8 games in the early window, taking you around all the different cities. And then when we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, it's been more than 250 days since the first full NFL Sunday, but we are back. And 7 hours of Red Zone football starts now.
Wow.
Well said.
I realize that might be a slight change to some of you, but that's what the catchphrase will be going forward.
We all understand what the NFL is, okay? We all understand what the NFL is. As soon as we heard it's in 50 million homes and everybody's watching it, we knew immediately that there was going to be commercials dropped in there. Now, they already started doing commercials with the LRAPs. They already started sliding those in now.
True.
You guys were saying commercial-free football, and I saw a fucking Lowe's ad on my screen as you were doing that. I'm like, we're certainly getting money from commercial stuff, though. Boom. Bang!
Yeah.
Shout out. That's exactly what it would do, And then now actual commercials. Are you going to maybe go to the bathroom now? If there is like a little... No bathroom. You still stand in solidarity.
Married to it.
Yeah, I respect
17 years?
Yes.
But I don't think anybody's upset about the commercials. I mean, it's an easy thing to kind of tweet about and post about, but I don't think anybody's turning it off because of commercials, and the NFL knows that.
Yes.
And it's like, we can certainly.
I'll tell you this. We've had meetings all off season. We had our rehearsal. We had our dress rehearsal in week 3 of the preseason, and we are not going to sacrifice any great football for any of the business side of things, right? The business folks are going to handle the business, and we play the hand that's dealt us, but we will not miss a touchdown. We will not say, oh, okay, this is 1st and goal from the 5, but let's, sell some pizza or pickup trucks. But
do it,
unless it's
you pick and choose your spots like anything.
Well, if the business people are content creating people, that's when you're in a good spot. I assume over at the NFL, you guys have it figured out. We can't wait for Sunday. And you just saying that right there, 250 plus days, getting right into the 7 hours of Red Zone football. I mean, we got the GBs over here, brother. We got the goosebumps. We appreciate the hell out of you. Have a great season. You're the man.
Pat, guys, great to see you. Thanks. Have a great year.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Red Zone channel. Scott Hansen.
Yeah, Scotty!
Tour was cool.
Tour was sweet.
Yeah.
Got 2 guys, 2 spotters down here. Got some people in truck.
Yep.
We got these TVs here. Every stadium scoreboard is big for him.
Yeah, clutch.
Because he can just go in there and say, it is blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, on TV, he's 30 seconds off. He's like, I know
where I'm going next.
That's why I'm right there.
Would love to meet his other guys.
Maybe we get a chance to go over there sometime.
I would like to shake
great
these
other
other
guys.
guys'
You can buy at charity things a chance to do that, just like people do here, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see you next hour. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice.
That's so stupid. It's crazy. Nice. You gotta do that. And also take us off the fucking team. We do not deserve to be on there.
They all commit and love what's going on in that weight room. They all commit and love what Jim Harbaugh's preaching, and everybody in the building's happy. Everybody's like excited to be there.
First row. Mark pressure in the first row. Second row is on here.
It is infectious what they got going on. And how many owners are spending $300 million on a new facility just for the practice facility?
This is Butler Birdies. Wow!
Oh my God! Oh shit! In the bunker.
Great shot.
But then for them to do it upright for the last couple, it's like, look out for the Chargers, dude. Look out for the Chargers.
Coach. Hey, we're gonna get for you.
Where you at?
Okay, so we missed your birthday, we missed Christmas. We couldn't have.
Whoa, look at that.
Your perspective on high fives is one of the greatest things we've ever seen.
So long time greater than.
I love the high five. Yeah, give each other a high five.
Boom!
Bam!
Boom!
Bam!
Boom! Boom!
Oh my God!
Wow! Boom!
So we wanted to make you basically something that you could high five. My dad made this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You can tell.
Yeah, boom.
Get that feeling.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, boom, boom. And we tested it. I think you can give it a pretty good pop if you need. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Obviously, national champion, Michigan man, and greatest high five.
Yeah.
Because of what you brought for the high five win.
Oh, yeah.
He tried to give a handshake to that particular high five trophy. Did break the hand off. We had to put it back on.
Yeah, way to go handshake.
Oh no! Oh no!
There we go.
We have so much respect for you.
You guys just roll deep. This would be entourage level, wouldn't it?
To be honest, we didn't know we were going to be able to get 11 people in here, and then we pulled up and said we have 11.
That's where it should roll 11.
Yeah, always start 11. You're right. You're the best. I mean, wow, it looks like a lot of highlights against one particular team.
They played more than one game. Why did they have all these TDs for one game?
Imposing our will.
This sucks.
Party in the backfield.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks. And the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this NFL Eve Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. Hour 2 of the program starts right now.
Football
is majestic, and the NFL kicks off its season tomorrow night in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, the city of the reigning, defending world champion Philadelphia Eagles, as they play host to the NFC East rival, the Dallas Cowboys. Now, how will the game go? We shall see. How will the night go? Should be epic. And will Jerry Jones speak before, during, and after this game? Absolutely. It is going to be a kickoff to the NFL that we will celebrate in magnificent fashion. And then Friday night, we got the Chiefs and Chargers. Saturday, full college football slate of kick-ass games. And then Sunday, we got 7 hours of red zone football coming right up as the Indianapolis Colts host the Miami Dolphins here in Indianapolis, which we will certainly be maybe boots on the ground there. I think we'll probably be boots on the ground there. And then Sunday Night Football, Ravens, Bills. Are you kidding me? Woo. We get Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson on Sunday night.
Yes, please.
Gonna be waiting all day.
That is just a few sleep. You will be waiting all day.
Yes, you will.
New version of that song is gonna hit like
always like crack.
So hard. I mean, gonna hit huge. I mean, it's all coming. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson is just a few sleeps away.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, we're forgetting, is Sunday Night Football, kind of.
Yeah, so we're getting a kickoff of Tarico Collinsworth and Carrie Underwood's probably new version.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're probably getting that tomorrow night.
Waiting all day for Thursday night.
Oh, my God. We've been waiting all offseason
True.
for this whole night. Sirianni doesn't know it's banner night.
You believe him? Do you believe him?
Absolutely not. That's his gimmick. I respect that he said, we're not even thinking about that, and then asked the question about it. Didn't even know that.
Yep.
Yeah, we just keep it moving. He has to sell that gimmick and live that gimmick to the team. But also, he understands that they will boo his ass if they don't play great early. I think he wants to defend. I think he likes his team. I think you should if you're the Philadelphia Eagles. And Saquon Barkley's back. Landon Dickerson, offensive lineman who was injured during training camp, was full participant at practice today. So that's good news. He was drinking beers on the field with the Cleveland Browns offensive lineman during training camp practice. That was an indicator to me that he's probably going to be back. I don't think you're just going out publicly having some beers while you're rehabbing an injury that you're not going to be back for.
Be a wild move if you did.
That was just kind of my
Be cool.
reading the human thing. Like, he's having beers. He thinks he's coming back. If he's back, that's a huge deal, obviously, for an offensive line that was number one in the league last year. Are they going to be able to do the same thing they were able to do last year, which is rush more often than they passed, and they dominated the offensive line basically in every single game. I can't wait for this season to start. Then Friday, you got Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and then we're right into it.
Let's go.
We've made it. Happy NFL Eve to you. Thank you for allowing us to do this for a living. That's Darius J. Butler.
Yes, sir.
That's one half of the Hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone. And then the Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Joining us live from an attic in Ohio is a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, and a father of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
Hawker, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
Hey, I'm doing great. But Cristobal was very impressive to me, no joke. I've seen him in interviews and talk, but that dude has a presence about him. I was very impressed. I like him.
So we didn't even get into, I guess he was going to be a Secret Service agent.
Yeah, as the story goes, he was ready to do it. It was like a 2-year process. Got offered a job, and then the morning he was supposed to leave to go to like do his training in Quantico or wherever. He said, "You know what? I don't really want to do this anymore. I'm going to be a football coach."
I guess he rolls jiu-jitsu. I guess he does jiu-jitsu. He's fluent in Spanish. You know, he played football at the U, obviously. He feels like the perfect guy to maybe lead the Hurricanes all the way back. D-Butch, you're down there.
Yep.
Do a lot of people feel the same way AJ feels about him and the team?
It's buzzing. You saw the attendance at Hard Rock Stadium last week in shitty weather, but it's definitely a buzz down there. Football is different. College football is different when the U is good, when the Florida teams are good. But when you watch the University of Miami play football, it's like a certain attitude, a certain swagger that you expect to see. And Cam Ward leading that ship fell short at the end, didn't make a playoff run, but now we got Carson Beck, and he's hit the ground running. And Gump mentioned earlier that defense, and that defense is flying around, can actually get stops. That'll be exciting. But Mario got the town abuzz right now for sure.
Yeah, I love to hear that. And how far is the stadium from campus?
21 miles.
Oh,
Coral Gables to Miami Gardens.
Fix that.
You're going to have
Do
to
any
wait.
students go? Do any students
Oh, yeah.
go to games?
They did this past one. It was packed. It looked awesome.
I know. Well, kickoff big game. I'm saying like the
Not normally,
middle of
no.
the road games, maybe.
This week. Bethune-Cookman.
That's a commitment, though. If you're a college kid, you drive 21 miles.
21 miles in Miami.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half.
That's 3 hours.
Everybody says LA's traffic is slow. At least LA has like multiple lanes.
True.
Miami, I always feel like I'm on a really small road with nowhere to go. And there's a lot of people around me doing the same exact thing. That's how I always feel like when I'm in Miami traffic. Wherever you get to, awesome. It's like, it's worth it.
Yeah.
The traffic is better going from Coral Gables north to Miami Gardens as opposed to coming from like Fort Lauderdale or anywhere going south to Miami. Because when you go into Miami, it kind of gets bottlenecked. Where like it becomes like 5 highways merging no matter what time of the day it is. So it does flow better, but I'm sure going back is a shit show. But it's definitely a commitment either way to go 21 miles. You assume, having some beverages and things like that. It's a commitment.
Yeah. Hey, those hills in North Carolina commitment too to drive through.
Yep.
We were driving over there. It's a lot of
little bit of a hike.
Not a lot of places are like here where it's just flat and you got a big circle that takes you wherever you want.
Gotta love it.
It is very flat out here.
Yeah.
It is very nice. Speaking of, things that are very nice, it'd be cool to have a job I don't have to do and I get paid for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that would be really cool, wouldn't it? We've heard about these no-show jobs in the sports world through colleges. Like back in the day, I believe there was a quarterback whenever D-Butt and I were in college. He at UConn, I was at West Virginia. I think we've mentioned this. In the summer, a guy was working at a car dealership. He never went there, but he was making a shit ton of money, like a lot of money. And obviously the NCAA somehow snooped it out. It became a big story. And it was at that moment we all started thinking like, holy hell, well, that's a genius idea. We got to find a place. Like we didn't even, the people I was talking with, which was a lot of members of the team, hadn't even thought of that potentially being a thing. So I think for us, it was a little bit of an eye-opener of what people might be doing. But it also was a little intriguing thought like, ooh, that's a good idea. Like that is a good way to kind of sneak in the back door around rules a little bit. Sure. Now, the NCAA isn't saying this around rules, but that's not a bad. Now we're hearing about it in a huge way. Pablo Torre, investigative sports journalist, who has done a lot of great work.
Yeah.
I mean, he is like fully committed to this, and I think it's going to be good for the sports world and even the whole world, because I think he was digging into a tree company first and then kind of unfolded all of this. If I have the investigative process proper, he was looking into this tree growing company that isn't real, I guess is what they're saying. What? And then Ballmer was allegedly, this is all via Pablo Torre's investigative journalism. So we are not saying we created this. This is Pablo Torres doing this. It's a lot of money and a lot of huge names. And also the league. This has massive implications, I think, everything that Pablo Torres said. I looked at his tweet where he put the video out from his podcast, had 12 million views on it. Okay, this is going to be a big ordeal. I assume the NBA is already trying to look into all this. I wonder how prevalent this is around the NBA and in professional sports as a whole, as an owner is sneaking or circumventing the salary cap by providing funds through another company. How long has this been going on? Who all does this? Obviously, we heard about it from the college ranks. Have professional teams been doing this with their biggest stars? If they have, how long has it been taking place since like the beginning of time? I wonder all those things just learning about this, but allegedly Kawhi was getting paid a lot of money through a tree seeding company.
Good company idea.
Very kind of them.
Not making the world better.
So I think they were saying they were.
Allegedly.
But who knows about actually, because oxygen comes through those trees.
Exactly. It does.
Yeah, they were generating oxygen, which we all need oxygen. You know,
I love oxygen.
Yeah, I do too, because there's osmosis in there where molecules do their thing, and then they do-si-do, and then all of a sudden we got
You're breathing.
Yeah, we're breathing.
Here we are.
We need those. But being able to just say, yeah, this is what his salary is, and then on the other thing, got a couple advertising moves. Nobody knows. Here's $28 million. That's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah,
very.
And if what Pablo Torre is saying is true, then you don't stop at basketball. You just think of every big star deal that you have heard of over the past 5 to 10 years in your head. Like immediately I go, and again, this is strictly based off what Pablo Torre is reporting. If it's true, then this is where I go. Like, okay, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, these guys who are getting a ton of money, and I don't think it's happening with the NFL. But people will naturally, because of a story like this, would assume, if the NFL is scripted, you don't think the NFL is going to be paying guys in advertising deals that are worked into contracts?
You shouldn't say it, but we're on the same page.
We're probably thinking the same thing.
A lot of hometown discounts up there when they went on their Super Bowl runs.
Bingo.
Allegedly.
I
mean, if this is what Pablo Torre is reporting, you just start to think. The mind starts to think.
Pay him in crypto. Why are we paying in crypto? You can't trace it, can you? You can't figure it out. Why are we doing all these LLCs?
You can.
There's a couple athletes that were actually invested in crypto pretty big that might have thought they were going to get arrested by the FBI. Again, something that might come back up. Hey, wait. Was this deal that Pablo Torre is reporting about with the company like this? Is this something that a crypto could do? Because then you think of some of the stars that were playing at the time, that were invested in some of those things.
I mean, it's hard. You can't help but just think.
You can't. And it's all based on Pablo Torre saying this.
Pablo Torre, by the way, we'd like to say, I appreciate his.
He's gonna find out.
Yeah, he's
gonna get to the bottom.
There's a lot of bang. He's getting a lot of shins.
Oh yeah,
like from very, very powerful people.
Yeah,
and he's just like, yep, that's what I thought. Yep. That's what. Just kind of doing this.
I'm gonna keep digging.
Insane. This one's gigantic.
Huge.
I mean, this is
the tree company went out of business. The tree company had to file bankruptcy. Is that why he figured it out? Because then the creditor was Kawhi's LLC or whatever? What was it? How do you?
Yeah, I don't know. How do you get the books? How do you get through it? How do you find out? And how is it not? I assume it's an actual investigation now. That's been cracked open. And it's for us as sports fans, you want to think to yourself like, business. Let's just talk about the teams, because if they were able to do it, you'd assume other teams have done it. That's just how I naturally think. It's like if Ballmer's doing this, he happens to have a lot of money, like a lot.
Yeah, or that could be the other part. Maybe it is something. I mean, what's the point of being the richest owner in team sports if you can't do some shit that everybody else isn't doing? I slide to 28.
So we talk about this with the Denver Broncos about how there's no salary cap on the coaches' salaries. So they have a definite advantage over the teams that don't have as much cash because they can pay Sean Payton, Vance. Who's their special teams coordinator over there?
Ooh, look.
I assume he's really good. And if I know him, I apologize for forgetting it's you.
It's not
other moving parts.
Oh, no. Bones went to Tennessee.
Yeah.
It is. We do know.
Who is it?
It's Riz. It's Darren Rizzi.
Oh, okay. Riz, we apologize. First year there, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's his first year there, but they can pay. He's the guy that created the new kickoff rule, basically. He was one tasked with the entire thing. Very good at his job. But they have the advantage of being able to overpay the coaches. So anything anybody else offers, they're able to do that. I didn't even think the advantage to overpay the players. Like, hey, your salary, we'll definitely do the whole, you broke the record. Yeah, okay, we'll do that whole thing. See, also, I'm not saying Denver's doing this, but I'm just saying this would be something that the richest owners in all the leagues would be able to take advantage of. And all these people are so uber competitive. They're definitely thinking about ways to take advantage of other. There's no way that Ballmer's the only owner that's doing this.
No way.
I mean, maybe he is. But there's no way.
Especially in Cali. Just think about how many
the taxes
pro teams are in Cali and then the taxes in Cali. Like, hey, sure, it's a pain in the ass for the taxes, but...
Well, you got to combat the taxes almost.
Yeah.
This is also going to be the college football model, by the way, when the whole revenue sharing comes in. The players are getting their salary, and then they're getting only NIL on the side. Yeah, this is going to be the whole model for that.
But the NIL things have to be okayed by the commission.
Correct. That's why,
AJ, is this what Ohio State's been doing? Is this how you guys have been able to have such good teams for so long?
What was your job?
I did not.
What was your job you didn't show up at? Were you making sandwiches?
Yeah.
Are you okay? So let's say Kawhi showed up a couple times.
No, that old guy you worked for.
Oh, yeah.
Eating a bottle.
Yeah. He died a few years ago. R.I.P. Terry. Yes.
Rest in peace, Terry. Taught you a lot of good life lessons. But Ohio State's been doing this no-show job thing for a long time, or
nope.
How do we know everybody isn't doing? I mean, it's hard not to.
I'm naive. I've been naive to it. I didn't think it was that rampant. I really don't. I still don't.
Well, I didn't either until I read this, and then you immediately just go,
yeah,
why wouldn't you do that?
And it's in the contract too, according to Pablo Torre. As soon as he's done with the team, it's done. Which you would obviously expect. But if he retires, if he's traded, deal's done.
In the names, like we're talking about Kawhi Leonard, of course, big name, but like some of the names on there are much bigger than Kawhi Leonard, and that's why you really start to wonder, and you go down that rabbit hole.
How's all this?
A-list.
Yeah,
according to Pablo Torre.
Pablo Torre's investigative journalism.
Sure.
All right, Pablo,
sit in that pocket, brother.
I'm telling you. Those are some big names.
I think
into the whole political world. Pablo want to get in there?
I think Pablo wants to get into whatever needs to be get into.
Right.
Yeah.
I think from what we are gathering.
Yeah. It's got that little rabbit hole right there.
I mean, when you do this kind of stuff and you take it on the shins like that, it's like, okay, well, there's something there. Like, people would just dismiss this and be like, all right, whatever, not even. But if people start attacking me, it's like, okay, well, maybe I'll keep digging a little bit.
Good luck, Pablo. Good luck, Pablo.
That's a wild life to live.
Yeah. Wild. Hey. Better you than us, Pablo. But we appreciate what you're doing, Pablo.
Anywhere by myself if I'm doing that.
But as I read, amen. As I read that, all I thought to myself is like, what Connor was saying is just like, if they're doing this, did he think of this idea? I don't think he thought of this idea.
The first thing I thought of was Micah Parsons. I was like, oh, I wonder if the Packers gave him like 5,000 acres of dairy land or something, dairy farm. You know?
Hey, you get half the tickets to this sled tubing mountain we got next to the thing.
Right.
Yeah. We'll have a Micah tube.
Well, I mean, Green Bay, especially more than any other team, like, they have land and investments, and they don't have an owner. So you're assuming any of those land and investments,
oh
it would
my
be
gosh.
easy.
Every deal now. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Like this whole room of slots at the United Casino, those profits go to you now.
We can't think like that.
We're gonna call this the Parsons Parlay up here. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful, Micah.
Pablo Torre getting to the bottom of it. Joining us now is a man who probably has thoughts on this, if I had to guess. This is very much in his world. And what's he doing?
Yeah, great.
Exactly.
And why is he not doing this?
Burnley better win the Premier League this year.
Exactly. Hey, JJ, we got some negotiating tactics we'd like to drop on your head that maybe you could utilize to get a Leo Messi, maybe?
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the owner of Burnley and the owner of Espanyol in La Liga, currently ranked 5th in La Liga. He's a future NFL Hall of Famer. He's calling games this season for
CBS.
He's going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, JJ Watt.
Yay.
It's going to be great. I knew it was CBS.
As I am fired up to be back. I'm excited to be here.
Hell yeah.
You're an owner of a new soccer team, JJ.
I am.
Are you cheating? Is it considered cheating? Do you know the rules? Are you allowed to do the Steve Ballmer thing? Are you allowed to funnel, allegedly via Pablo Torre's investigative journalism? Are you allowed to just create shell companies to potentially funnel money to people to circumvent whatever salary cap there is for your teams? Hypothetically, if this was happening via Pablo Torre's investigative journalism with Steve Ballmer, our immediate thoughts is every owner should be doing this. Do you have the companies in Spain that are willing to help Espanyol maybe put some money through the back door? Are you thinking about this?
No, transfer window just closed 2 days ago, so we are good to go. All business is done. Everything is good. There is no more movement on our end. All is well.
What is the food over there in Spain?
Beans and mash.
Paella. Okay.
Paella.
Paella. Mallorca. Paella. So far,
Play Mallorca next Monday.
Tough side.
Watch out for the Pirate now. Pirate can put him in.
What's our team? We're the Espanyol.
Parakeets.
Oh, the Parakeets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you better watch out. We got a cauldron of chaos. RCDE Stadium. Place is nuts.
A cauldron of chaos with the Parakeets.
Let's go, Keats.
Okay, yeah. What do we do? Do we fly, Parakeets, fly? What's the chant? What do we say?
We got a great one that I just learned. Obviously, I'm still learning some of the new ones. I believe it's in the morning we drink coffee, in the afternoon we drink rum, and at night we are Magico Espanol.
I like that.
You have to sing it in Spanish. You have to sing. You can't sing it in English.
In the morning, we drink coffee.
But anyway, I went over there. First match, unbelievable. We're playing Atletico Madrid, massive match, opener, our first match there, my first time in Barcelona. Down 1-0, come back, 2-1 win. Let's go on bananas. Just crazy.
Did I see you tweeting about a ref got you guys at one time, right? There was an offside, maybe a goal called back.
That was Burnley. That was with Burnley, and yes, it was absolute
shite.
It was
shite. It was shite.
I watch myself. I got to watch myself a little bit here, but
oh, come on,
questionable at best, and have yet to hear an acceptable reasoning.
So hold on, love to hear that. Are you putting pressure on this? And is there like a British guy that's in charge of calling back and being like, "Hello, Mr. Walt"? Yes. Like, is there like a full? Do you have a British accent that you are going? Do you pick up a British?
I don't use a British accent, but we don't take this bullshit anymore. We're not like a little team at the bottom of the table. I'm just going to take this.
Yes.
We are going to speak up about it. I'm going to tweet about it. They're going to hear about it. We'll get a letter back saying, yes, we screwed up. We're sorry. Nothing's going to change, but we're not taking the shit laying down anymore. It pisses me off.
I like that. Yes. Hey, Burnley, up the Claire.
Yeah. Get on the horn. Tell Howard Webb you want a conversation, JJ.
Who's Howard Webb now?
He's the head of the VAR.
I'd like to have a lot of conversations.
Send the dudes, brother. You want to get their attention, have them
talk.
Oh, look at that head of lettuce.
Yeah, looks good.
Look at that head of lettuce.
Good. Thanks for following the program.
Yeah, he's been growing it for a little bit.
Nah.
Big off season. You got bought into another team.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And their chance sucks.
No, it doesn't.
That's fantastic. You suck. Okay, you suck.
In the morning we drink coffee. In the afternoon we drink rum. In the night
you gotta hear.
You just worry about Pablo Torre taking a look in your team over there. All right, calm down.
That's fine. That's fine. Sanctions from exactly 2000 to 2020. Go on.
Hey, now I will say this. That move by Ballmer, allegedly via Pablo Torre's investigative journalism.
Get that out there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Put that out there, please. That's what he's doing. By the owner, I assume Steve Ballmer's going, so what? And then he's probably
without a doubt.
He's probably saying through somebody else, like, hey, we didn't talk about when blah 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 did. This is just a part of the whole thing. It was, I feel like a naive doofus living in this world. and being in this world so often that I didn't just think that this was how this goes. Now that I know this, though, every single deal that's done, every single move that's made, it's going to be hard not to be like, and what is there any businesses?
Yeah.
What other? It's hard not to just think like that now, JJ. Legitimately, I don't.
Well, I mean, like now that you say that, it's actually pretty interesting. I think AJ was kind of pointing to this before. Like, at what level of involvement did he have to do to justify being paid for it? Because, like in an endorsement, you show up, you film a commercial or something, and you get paid obviously money for that. But that's okay. So, like, if he showed up for 10 days out of the year, but his endorsement rate is $2.8 million per day, and he showed up for 10 days, that comes out to $28 million. So, like, at what point is it against the rules? At what point is
he might have a $20 million daily rate in the offseason. Might have a $20 million daily rate in the offseason.
2 days he went out there and tapped on some trees.
What?
These ones look good. These ones look good.
He's
in a few of them.
He doesn't like doing it. Yeah, probably one shovel at least.
Yeah.
There's got to be a picture of him planting a tree somewhere that justifies.
That's all you need. One picture. Hard hat, show.
AI will do it.
Boom.
They put it on billboards. How much value? You know how many eyeballs see that? Individual eyeballs on that billboard, the value of it? Yeah, that's why I think like this NIL thing is going to be a problem. They got this commission that's supposed to approve things. It's like if you turn one down, they can easily just say, who says? So they can't pay me $250,000 for one commercial? Why? Because other people aren't able to do that? Well, I found a company that's willing to do it. Like, how could you ever say no to that? I don't know how you can turn down anything. In America, in a capitalist society that we live in, I don't know how you can say no to any deal that is being offered to you via money. Honestly, I don't understand how they're going to be able to say that.
No, I don't get how I don't understand how they're going to wrangle that in college and how they're going to do it all unless you literally take the whole system, put it on a salary cap system, and you have a reporting and everything. That's a very, very tough system to reel in.
And then each school can just get, a tree. According to Pablo Torres.
Right. Yep. There you go.
A tree. All right, let's move to football. TJ's a captain for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Congrats to the Watt family. Cam Hayward, Mike Tomlin says he has no reservations about thinking about whether or not Cam Hayward's going to play. Aaron Rodgers obviously leading the boys. Killebrew on the special team side as captain there. All vibes seemingly high with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like training camp was a good one for them. Feels like everybody has expectations that they're going to go on a run this year. What are your thoughts as we near kickoff of this NFL season for your brothers Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this team performs. I think there's a lot of anticipation because you have Aaron Rodgers, you have DK Metcalf. You want to see what this offense looks like, what Arthur Smith can do. How's that going to match up? Is Aaron Rodgers going to be under center a bunch, running the play action game and the run game that Arthur Smith likes? Are they going to shift it more towards that shotgun drop back game? Really excited to see that. We literally don't know besides the little practice clips that we have. And then that defense. I mean, you got Jalen Ramsey back there. You have TJ. Obviously, who knows, but you assume Cam's going to be out there on game day. So it's a really, really strong defense when you look at it. And I think it's the offense that's the most exciting to see what that looks like because we really don't know yet.
Yeah, DK Metcalf and John just getting dropped in there is pretty wild. Freiermuth about to have the biggest year of his career, we all think. Jalen Warren just signed a deal, I think. So whenever you think about that offense and all the pieces that they have, the only question is, will they be able to block and move in bodies? We shall see. 4 captains for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, I assume you were a long time – actually, I know you were a long-time captain in Houston, Arizona. What's like the sweet spot for you, now that you're an owner, for team captains? I mean, some teams I see you got 7, 8 guys. Yeah. Other teams, I think the Bills maybe only have 2, if I'm not mistaken. What's like the sweet spot for you when it comes to team captains?
Yeah, it's a great question. And, I mean, I personally like the 1 offense, 1 defense, 1 special teams. I understand where it started to get a little, you have guys that it's like, well, that guy's definitely a captain, but we already have one who's a for sure captain. So it gets tricky. I mean, you see some of these tweets where it's like, these are our captains for this year. And you're like, wait a second, is that your roster or is that the captain's list? Yeah. So it gets, I think I saw literally like 10 on one team. And you're like, okay, 46 guys play on game day. I'm not a mathematician, but that's like 20% of your roster.
Leadership.
A lot of leadership.
A lot of leaders.
But I like 3. I like offense, defense, special teams. I don't know what you guys have experienced. What do you like?
Yeah, we, when it got sent into the group, I think it was the Titans who had 7 of them or something like that.
Eagles also.
Another team had 8 or whatever. And it's like the old adage about if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. I think if you have 8 captains, do you have any captains? Like, like that is the. But I think they're also trying to promote people to become leaders. And the team has a mission here with the C that they're giving out. I think it was the Raiders who had Max Crosby and Geno Smith. And then AJ Cole, who's the punter. It's like that's the right, like Geno, we assume from everything we know, he's going to be the guy on the offensive side. Max Crosby on the defensive side. And AJ is the best punter in the league at the moment, so he should be the guy. It's like when you have that, it feels nice.
I grew up in a hockey atmosphere. I played hockey all growing up. And like in hockey, that C and that A on the jersey means a massive, massive amount. Like there is such a heavy weight that comes with that and responsibility. And I think that's so cool. And I do think when you have 10, 12 guys, it takes some of that weight away. But also the thing I've noticed is there's some of these teams that don't put C's on the jerseys, which is fine. I mean, you can do whatever you want. But I always think back to hockey and like that moment when you press the C on the captain's jersey for the first time. That's such a special moment. I think that's a really cool thing for guys. And so when I see the teams that don't do it, for those guys, I'm like, dang, they missed out on a pretty cool moment there.
Shout out to Sidney Crosby, by the way, for the city of Pittsburgh for so long, having that C on his chest.
Shout out to Barkey.
Couple
Hayward.
Shout out to the C's on the boys' chest. And the Apples, a couple of Apples on the boys' chest. Obviously very important. The
I
Apples.
saw you guys are getting a nice new soccer stadium down there, aren't you?
Really nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Riverhounds are putting like a second level on that. It's going to be sick.
Hey, the Hallmark Stadium down there?
Yeah, it's going to be great for concerts.
It's already
and
very
stuff,
nice. They're making it bigger?
Yes, they're big.
Oh, this is good. Riverhounds. By the way,
It looks nice.
Espanol and Burnley. Put your little all-star team together. It'll be J.J. Watt's teams versus Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Pink slips.
Down in that stadium. Yeah, for pink slips. Let the Riverhounds potentially own Espanol and Burnley. Have Tyler playing if he wants to keep the team.
Yeah.
Take on the Riverhounds on the river, and there's going to be problems, I assume, especially with a bigger stadium. I didn't know they were adding to that.
Yeah, it looks really nice. They're doing some nice things.
It may put Star Lake out of business because they're going to do a lot of concerts there. No one wants to drive all the way.
Star Lake is a long drive for everybody in the East Hills, I will say that. So shout out to the Riverhounds making some magic happen. Okay, speaking of magic, Jerry Jones is filled with it. Absolutely. Wheeling, dealing, literally since he was just a wee little lad. One oil rig that cost him $800,000 generated $100 million in wealth, which is what he bought the Dallas Cowboys with. And now he's known for one move, and that is trading away his megastar. Go ahead, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, Jage, let's say you're the D coordinator for the Green Bay Packers here, the first 4 games of the season. How do you use Micah Parsons? Like, how much do you play him? And also, like, how much do you move this guy around?
It's a beautiful thing about being a defensive lineman. You really don't need to know that much. You don't need to be that smart. You don't need to learn a whole lot of plays or terminology because we have basically 2 jobs. One is set the edge, stop the run, and 2 is get the quarterback. And you're going to tell me where to line up, and my job is to go get him. And so it doesn't take that long to onboard a new guy when it comes to a pass rusher, especially one of talent level of Micah Parsons. So I'm using him to the fullest, as long as he feels good, which, I mean, we've read about his back, we've seen about his back, but I saw that clip from practice the other day where he's absolutely smoking the blocking sled. And as a guy who's had epidurals in my back and who's had back surgery, I know that you're not looking that explosive, knocking that sled all the way back.
Did you have him in season, Jage?
Yeah. Yeah, I had an epidural in mid-season one time. Really, really shitty situation.
How was it? Did it help a lot?
I was squatting on Monday. My Monday ritual was to squat 405 for 3 sets of 5 every Monday after games. And I was on my way up. I wasn't even at 405. I was at 275. And I got to the 3rd rep, back, boom, gone. Disc out. Fell to the floor. Literally crawled on my hands and knees to the training room. I could not stand up. I went in. They were like, yeah, you're in a really, really bad spot. The next morning, I had to go and get an epidural in my back. Basically kind of helps take that disc, put it back in for the moment, and played the rest of the season. And that was truly one of the most insane situations I've ever been a part of.
When was this? When was this? What time of year?
This was it was like week 4 or 5.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
275 takes him out. Mentally, you feel so weak because it was 275.
Did you squat anymore that year?
No, I changed obviously everything, but
Thank goodness.
It's one of those things where you look back on it like later, like you know how like let me be candid here. You look back on it and you're like, man, I probably should have like asked a few more questions. I probably should have like done a little more research. But you know how it is, man. When you're in it, and A, you're getting paid a lot of money. B, you got all these fans. C, you got your teammates. You're in the middle of the season. You're like, I don't care, man. Get me to Sunday. I don't care. Just get me back on that practice field. Get me out on the field. So yeah, even just telling that story, it does sound pretty dumb.
Outrageous, yeah. 405 every Monday.
Worked out, though.
Day after game, I need to be going through a 405 on my back, on my spine. I need to do it. It did work out, JH. You'll be the first ballot Hall of Famer. It did work out. Yeah. You being a psycho machine certainly ended up as a good thing for your football career. But I do appreciate the fact
those epidurals, they can do some pretty good stuff. They can do some pretty good stuff.
How big's that needle, right? That needle is gigantic, right?
This is the craziest part about it. So I go in for the epidural. They take me back. You know, they put the stuff in and the anesthesia and everything. I go back. I come out, and they're like, "Hey, how'd it go?" And I was like, "I don't know. What do you mean?" They're like, "Yo, you were telling us all sorts of stuff back there." And I was like,
"Oh no.
What do you mean I was telling you stuff? I was under anesthesia." And they're like, "No, we had to give you the stuff that you don't feel it, but you're still awake because you have to tell us where the pain is." And I was like, "Wait a second. I was up back there?"
You're blacked out back there.
They're like, "Yeah. You were talking to us the whole time." I had no idea what the hell.
Real loose lips back there.
Yeah.
Real loose lips back there. I would love to hear the thought.
Man.
Talking about Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, our coach sucks.
I'm going to fight this guy. I'm going to fight this guy.
Wait, JJ, you said that people don't look like that hitting sleds after getting an epidural. Are you saying that this whole back thing is made up?
No, I'm saying you can't. I'm saying you're not doing that if your back doesn't feel good. Okay. Like he feels good enough. Like if you're bending in that way with your back arching and lifting that thing, like you're feeling decent.
Okay.
Like your back is not at a point where you might not play. At least in my opinion. I may have to eat these words, but that's a tough movement on your back right there to lift that sled up in the arch position. He looks explosive. He looks strong. Like. It looks pretty damn good.
I can't wait to watch him. And everything he's saying out of Green Bay is like so focused on ball, so happy to be there. Once again, we are very much in a honeymoon phase of $47 million a year. We are still potentially hovering around like he was at that house when he learned how much money he's getting guaranteed.
I love that, and it might be more.
What do you mean?
If what Pablo Torre is telling us,
you're
now
right.
That's the first deal I'm going to.
You think you need more than 47, dude? He got 6 per year.
How much money's enough money?
Yeah, but
you
not
think
enough
you need
money.
more than that?
So, too much money ain't enough money, I believe, is what a poet once said. Wheezy F baby. The inner tubes that they ride down there.
Yeah, Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Wisconsin Dells.
Out there, outside of Green Bay.
Oh yeah, the Kalahari.
Yeah, they could be giving Micah half the ticket sales throughout the entire football season.
don't know.
We have no idea now. That is a part of the whole thing. We don't know, but what we do know, he earned it. Congratulations. And he's saying all the right things up there. And Green Bay Packers fans are steadfast on we're winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is an amazing time. We love the NFL. Now, there's a Steeler fan in here, obviously, that's excited for you getting to call the game this weekend. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, JJ, obviously there's a lot of first-time head coaches this year. Kellen Moore, Shoddy, Liam Cohen, and Aaron Glenn. You call Aaron Glenn's game this weekend. Have you got a chance to talk to him at all? Because he's been a little testy with the media so far. I didn't know if that was going to carry over into those pregame meetings with you guys. And which of those coaches do you think is going to be best this year?
Yeah, I actually did the Jets-Eagles preseason game. So I did go and talk to him and sit down with him. He's great. He's great with us. I think the thing about him and what he's trying to set, and maybe some of the stuff you're seeing in the media, is he is trying to make a no-nonsense, all-football. We are the New York Jets. We are going to be tough, disciplined, physical, aggressive. He wants to kind of change that entire culture, and he's taking it to every single aspect, whether it's the preseason games and not having guys do interviews on the sidelines, even if they're not playing, to how he handles the media and the stuff that he gives. He is trying to set a precedent for his team. And listen, whether they're good or not, he said it the other day, what he wants and what he's going to judge this season by is if Jets fans are proud of the team that they're watching every week. And last year, they were number one in pre-snap penalties. They were number one in drops. They were number one in missed tackles. Like, these are a lot of undisciplined things, and he's trying to come in and correct that first. Obviously, that will help translate to wins. Does that mean they're going to be unbelievable world beaters this year? Who knows? Somebody goes worst to first every year. But I think that he is building a culture there that those guys are bought into.
How quickly will it take effect, and will he be given enough time to maybe have it all take effect? We shall see. There's some Jets news that Schefter has tweeted. Guard Elijah Vera Tucker suffered a season-ending torn tricep before it even gets started here. He's getting a second opinion to confirm the injury and see if the surgery is necessary. Okay, so Jets fans obviously go, of course. Of course, that's kind of how it all goes. Go ahead.
He tore his Achilles before, too. He's been out for a long time. That really sucks.
Jets.
He's a very good player. Just named captain this week. He was really excited about being a captain. Great player. I believe it's the last year of his contract. He's up for an extension after this year. Such tough timing from that standpoint. Really tough.
That sucks. I mean, you go all the way back to Justin Fields' first day, he got carted off.
Yeah, stepped on his toe or whatever.
A toe or something like that. And it's like Jets fans just can never be excited.
Yeah, snake bit.
There's always something that's going to pop in. Oh, everything's good. He's saying everything real hard nosed. Our captain guard now is out for season. Yeah. We haven't even started the season. Yeah, he's out. Jeez. That foreplay thing with Aaron.
Man.
What a bummer.
Even thinking about it, it's still that was a sad time.
September.
He's just being a fan of the team, so jacked up. We got him.
Yeah.
We got him. This is awesome.
Oh. The shot of the American flag running out there with that place going crazy.
Yeah. Just a fan of NFL, period. Even if I wasn't even a Jets fan, but just to see, okay, they got Aaron, they got defense, flag, everything, and then just boom.
And if you ask a Jets fan, they go, of course. Yeah. What are you talking about? And it's that's crazy that is their kind of mindset, but maybe Aaron Glenn's the one that's able to flip it all. There's a lot of new faces in different places. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, JJ, new coordinators for the Eagles and Lions. Last time this happened with the Eagles on offense, they had that kind of lull year almost before going back and winning the Super Bowl. And then, Lions lose DC and OC, but, most importantly, Ben Johnson with the OC. Are you worried about them at all? It feels like every year one of these teams that is typically at the top of the league ends up dropping off a little. Do you think it's either of them? Do you have your eyes on another team that you're kind of curious about at all?
Listen, I think it's easy to sit there and say, we have no worries. We got the same guys. We got the same scheme. It's just a different guy calling the plays, or it's just a different guy. But it is hard. It's hard to change coordinators no matter who it is, especially one on both offense and defense. It's a new guy. It's a new voice in front of the room every single day, delivering messages his way. Could be better, could be worse, but also just getting that continuity with what the guys like, how they feel, and everything. So there's definitely no guarantee that it's going to be successful, and there could certainly be a rocky point to get past. But I look at that whole NFC North, like you mentioned the Lions. The NFC North between the Vikings, Packers, and Lions last year had an unbelievable year. Is that conference going to be able to repeat that type of dominance at that level? And are the Bears, can Ben Johnson get them up in that conversation? That's a really, really, I can't wait for Green Bay, Detroit, week 1. That's incredible.
I'm very excited for you to call games now because you have to do meetings with all these teams. So when you're talking about them, you can't be...
Oh, yeah.
You can't be, because you're going to be walking in the room where it happens, brother, whenever you're commentating these games,
Oh, yeah.
That's an interesting thing with game day. That's for instance, Bubba Cunningham, athletic director of North Carolina. Whenever he was the chair of the March Madness Committee, and whenever North Carolina gets in, and West Virginia is the first team in the history of March Madness to be left out of the tournament who have 5-6 different criteria checked or whatever. I guess I said some really mean things to Bubba and about Bubba.
Kind of deserved.
And everything like that. I completely forgot about those things.
So do you go into that meeting and ignore it completely? Or do you hey, man, that was a little messed up, but yeah, we'll get through it.
Had no idea it happened.
Don't even know.
I completely forgot it happened.
He came up to pat.
I completely forgot. I went into that place skipping. Michael Lombardi's the GM, friend of the program. Basically, I'm walking in that place like we own the building.
Oh,
yeah. We are, literally, Bill Belichick and Michael Lombardi are running this place. This is our fucking house. It's great to be here. Literally, very comfortable. Sit down, have a good time. Boys get their passes, kind of mingle around, have a blast. Place was beautiful. Security people, Pat, welcome home, the whole thing. Everybody very kind. And I'm sitting there and I'm just going through whatever the show's about to be. Kind of a couple of different conversations in the production room, which is normally just one of the halls, classrooms that we rent out for game day, basically. And Bubba Cunningham walks in. There's a little bit of emotion whenever he walks in. Some people tighten up a little bit. I'm like, that must be somebody. And he was talking to Pete Thamel Camel, and they go, "This is Bubba Cunningham," and I'd heard his name, and I'm like, "Bubba, how you doing? I'm Pat." That's a fucking great name, or whatever, you know. They just like classic that whole thing. And somebody says it's the athletic director here. I'm like, "Oh, congrats, man! Feels like it's going to be electric out there today." And then I sit back down, but he, as he was walking to me before that conversation there, he said, "Public enemy number one," I believe is what you said, or something like that. And I didn't even, and the interaction was pretty stiff. So then I sat down, and then as he walked away, that was when I was like, "Oh my God." And I looked at him and I said, "You fucked us." That's what I said. And he said, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, you're the, yes, basketball. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I probably said some stuff." He goes, "Yeah, you did," or whatever. I'm like, "That's on me."
Should have put him in.
But that's 100% on me. I do think, yeah, we should have made it. I did do a little bit of a battle, but I did apologize. And he said, "You know, if you did know exactly how it went, I don't think I'm the enemy here." And I was like, whoa. Don't be giving me any more new enemies. I don't need any more new enemies here. You know, so it was, but that's something you're going to have to experience. You know.
Yeah, but as long as you're saying something that like in that, like as long you can go back and be like, "No, I believe we should have been in." You're not having to defend yourself against anything. If I say something on here about a team and like I actually believe it, and then I have to go and talk to the guys face to face, and they're like, "Why'd you say that?" I can say, "Well, at the time, I thought that your running game was trash. That's why I said it."
SOB.
Yeah.
Stand on business.
You got it.
Stand on business.
That's right.
Standing on ball.
That's right, Pack.
Boom.
Got to do it, Pack.
That's
I'm just telling you, there's
a
going to
team
be
has
awkward.
a bunch of loafs.
There's going to be awkward encounters.
Sorry, Pat.
No, you're good. I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of awkward encounters. Go ahead, AJ.
No,
I'm saying like Dano. What if you count 21 loafs for a team and you go into a production meeting and they're like, "Hey, I'm going to show you there was only 7." Are you going to sit there and argue with these coaches back and forth and the players?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Bicker? Are you going to defend your stance, your take?
I mean, if in a situation like that, if you can turn on the tape and show them, I'd be like, I mean, guys, if you want to sit down and go through it, we can go through it. I mean, yeah, I'll show you all 21.
Dano
it's going to be
would love
embarrassing
that.
for you.
Oh yeah.
That's his dream. That's Dano's dream.
Would he just sit at the end of the table and keep his mouth shut?
I don't know. I don't know.
Dano's gonna stand on business.
I'm excited for you to commentate. Jeez, that's a lot of people in the back not thinking that
I don't know what
Dano's
that's even about.
SOB back there. What are you excited about for commentating? Legit, you did the
Yeah,
Christmas one, right?
Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this because during the week, my prep is very similar to like when I was playing. I'm breaking down film, I'm looking at the matchups and all the different stuff, so I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. And then the actual game, you get the adrenaline from being in the stadium, from not knowing what's going to happen next, from feeling the crowd and the emotion and the big moments and trying to make sure that you're properly articulating what's happening and teaching fans about the game, but not overdoing it and trying to watch it from a fan's perspective as well. I really, really enjoy this, and I have the best partner in Ian Eagle. He's so good, and we have such a great team at CBS. So for me, it scratches that itch on a much deeper level because I'm talking football every Sunday on a deeper level.
Hell yeah, and you're going to be traveling a lot. Have you prepared for that?
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously the most difficult part, hands down, is when I have to say goodbye to my wife and sons every week. And you can give me some advice on that. I would appreciate it because
vitamins, brother.
I don't see any easy way.
Yeah, you just take the vitamins, brother. We've already talked about the mode of transportation, what it should be. Okay, I've already given you that whole thing.
Check that box.
We don't need to be feeling every single gust of wind. No. We don't need to be feeling every gust of wind either. Yeah, like Matt Berry the other night said.
I think you were on a small bird the other day. I saw you post. It looked like a small bird.
Nope, that ain't ever happening. I'll tell you, we are getting to 40. I'm only getting on planes that get to 40,000 feet, brother. That's where you need to get to. The storms are all happening below that. Okay, if it's happening up at 40,000 feet, the whole world's feeling this. So that is I am scared of flying. So with what I do. There's a lot of traveling involved, and I am not like the greatest flyer. It is always a full-on.
Need you here.
Come on, it's every single flight. It is like that. So, yeah, I think I've given enough advice in that whole thing. You're allowed to ask for this. I wish Coach Corso would have asked. You know what I mean? Like, I wish we.
What happened there, man? What happened there?
That's literally what he does. I think
old school.
Yeah, that's literally what he does. Like, I think, like, if you were to ask him, this would not be even a conversation. I think I've offered up. In the past for different games, and it's just kind of been like, hey, don't worry about it. Too much money. What are we talking about? Like that is literally how he like kind of views it all. But I'm happy Southwest.
Dude, you guys nailed that. Everything about it. It was perfect. It was so cool. You guys it had to be awesome being there, just seeing the spectacle, and then him nailing every single pick. I mean, his team's winning. Like That was so cool.
It was literally a perfect send-off, I think, personally. And Southwest and the airport giving him a round of applause for how many years he's been through those airports. It's like that was even perfect. You know, it was like everything about it was just so monumental. And as we're riding his coattails out in front of 107,000 people or whatever it was there, and you see the band layout, it's like, I hope you know, Coach, you did good, brother. This doesn't happen just for anybody, you know? And I think his last pick was his best, too, in the last couple of years. I mean, he absolutely nailed the entire thing. If he would have had another Houston moment.
I was hoping.
With the band and the entire thing, that would have been one of the most legendary heel moves of all time, but instead he gets it right with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Of
course.
And, yeah, it was cool to be a part of. I was lucky to be there. They did a great job, though. The people that set it up, the producers of Game Day, all the ideas, as soon as they were out, I was hearing them. I'm like, genius. That's genius.
Tux.
We got he's wearing a tux. Nobody knew that. I think he showed up just like that on Saturday morning.
Genius.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody knew he was doing that. Yeah, it was perfect, man. College football's crushing right now.
Yeah.
It literally is.
Jage, do you know, because last time you were on the program and I've seen a couple photos, hair was looking magnificent. Do you know how you're going to wear it yet?
Dude, I need opinions right now because it's been a hot topic in my household and my chat with my friends. I got a haircut scheduled tomorrow morning. And I got to decide, like, is it staying long? Or is it going back short?
You had a fantastic. I don't know where the photo is, but you had a middle part either at an Espanol game or a Berkeley game.
Really good hair.
Espanol on the streets.
And you have really strong hair. You should not get rid of your hair. It's very strong hair, I think, personally. Now, does that mean
I'm just trying to figure out how to style it? That's my issue because on game day, like I'm at the stadium for like 6 hours, so it's got to stay strong throughout the whole game, and you're wearing a headset. It's just the shorter is so much less maintenance, but I enjoy it long. I've never ever had it this long ever, so it's really I'm uncharted waters here.
You can go kind of a mid-range jumper, though, right? You don't have to go too small because you got good hair there. And I think this is a barber you know, I assume?
Yeah, it's a barber I know. I like Connor's flow. I want the flip out the back. I like the flip. I'm not long enough to do the flip out the back yet.
Yeah, but he had to do a lot of hat times to get to this time, you know, and you're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's the summer of hats, really.
You could slick it back like Barry Melrose.
Good, straight back.
Legend.
Not going
Doesn't
anywhere.
get enough credit.
I agree.
Legend.
That'd be sick.
Like, look
Great
at
for the
AJ.
sport of hockey. You know, are you going to have the headset behind? You're going to have a coif in front, probably whatever the hell this is, in front of that.
Yes.
So you should think of that. You know,
Yeah.
like WWE headset goes here
We don't do the pop star mic that you got.
on game day.
Yes.
Yeah. That
What do you have on WWE? You have a
headset fully.
What do you like better?
I like this right here. I like ears. I don't like the thing going over my head or over my ears. I like individual ears. You know, I don't like feeling like I'm building cauliflower ear while I'm watching and doing the show. You know what I mean? I don't like get beat up, so I like this. You guys headset old school, huh?
Old school. Yep. Headset.
Kirk Herbstreit would say that you should wear the mic thing on the. If you're standing to Ian's right on your left side of your face for when you look at him and talk to him, you see whole face, as opposed to
That's a nice tip.
microphone covering.
This is a good tip.
Face.
This is a good tip.
Did a good job.
I didn't even know they made righty and lefty versions of that.
Every one of them could be. You could flip that thing right around. Every one of them.
Yep.
You can
Wow. That was that was a defensive lineman moment.
No, because there is the ones that are just
flip it
specifically.
the opposite
And some
way.
of them stop when you flip it.
Yeah,
Some of
there
them
is
do
some.
stop like here.
Thank you, guys. This is good teamwork right here.
Yeah,
This is good teamwork.
but we will assume the ones you use will be able to go left or right here. You'll be able to do that entire thing. I'm excited to hear you call a game, brother. Legit. We know you love it. There's a couple storylines this season that are going to be different than any before. Now, there's a guy that's majoring in one thing, minoring in another. D-Butt has a question for you.
Travis Hunter, he'll be majoring, at least early on, in wide receiver, minoring on the defensive side of the ball. It's rare air. You were one of the few that was able to do it in the National Football League. What was that week like prepping to play some tight end, in the red area coming up weeks? How was the practice like? Did it change? And how do you think Travis Hunter is going to handle this, at least early on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like everybody else, man. I'm so excited to see what this looks like because I did it as a goal line tight end. So I would go down there on Friday and I would practice my 2 plays for literally just 2 plays at the end of practice on Friday with the whole offense. And that's fine. It added an extra 5 minutes to my day where I would have been drinking water on the sidelines instead of practicing those 2 plays. But him, what's his package going to be when we say he minors as corner? Is that going to be, a third down package? Is it going to be only in the red zone, or is it going to be quarter by quarter? I can't wait to see, and none of us know what that's going to look like. And people have said it. I think it might have been Devontae Adams. I don't remember who said it. It's crazy. I don't know how you could do it. Truthfully, from a pure fatigue standpoint, I do not know how you could do it. I always call it the greatest 3 minutes in my football career. Forced a fumble, picked it up, ran it, went off to the sideline for 1 play, and then went in on offense the next play and scored a touchdown. Probably the most tired I have ever been on a football field. I don't know how you could possibly go run some routes at receiver, catch some balls, go over to the sideline, take a sip of water, and then go back out and try and cover the best receivers in the NFL. That's incredible, man. I know we give him a ton of respect and we give him a ton of credit, but if he truly pulls this off, I have utmost respect.
Well, he celebrates touchdowns and stuff too, just like you, because you scoop that fumble or whatever you did, run it back, go to the sideline, come back in, play tight end, score a touchdown. For the fumble or interception, had to celebrate because the place is going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Whip and JJ.
Yep.
And first saying, and watch me, JJ. Yeah, we saw that. Turned down for what? Then you go back out there. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Now we score a touchdown. Guess what happens again?
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fun.
I agree.
Hell yeah.
I see the Eagles now, which I respect the hell out of, and maybe it's the reason they win Super Bowls and I didn't. Fair enough to them. Fair play. But when they're like, we don't talk about our Super Bowl, we don't want it, we don't smile with our rings. I'm like, geez, guys, well, what's the point? At some point, we got to be happy we did it. Holy shit.
Yeah, Tom Brady was like, I want to see the quarterback celebrate with everybody. But what I'm saying for this, implying in this, is that's exhausting too.
Yep.
I mean, that's a lot. That's full time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the hype and the adrenaline and everything rolling,
jacked up.
And then you got to sit down for a kickoff, and now you're still on camera though in the stadium. Okay, so do something. Don't just sit there and look like an asshole. So the whole place goes crazy. Then a commercial runs of you on the jumbotron. I'm JJ Watt here. They're ciphering money through this car dealership to pay me for my deal here in Houston. You need to buy a car there. Okay, so then they show you again, and you're like, yeah, buy a car there. You're dead tired at this point. Yep. Kickoff happens. Okay. Touchback. We go TV timeout. Obviously, all right. Good. You jog on the field. Now, bang, you're right back in it. That would be very exhausting. Yeah. I could see how that would be. And that's just
mentally too. I consider myself a decently smart guy. Offensive play calls are absurd. Absurd. And I had to know one. I had to know one offensive play call for the game. And I went in that huddle, and he said the play call, and I literally looked, which this is the craziest part. I only had one play, so why was I even asking him what to do? Because it's the only play I had. But I said, Fitz, what do I do?
Make sure.
And I lined up behind him at fullback, motioned, and went and caught it.
I love everything about what Travis Hunter could potentially do here.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, iconic.
Be insane.
Mm-hmm. Insane.
And like JJ said, a lot more moving parts on offense. Defense, especially as a corner, I mean, it's quarters, it's cover 3. It's on cover 2. You only got probably 4 things that you're actually going to do. So knowing it isn't that hard. Playing it is super tough. But I can't wait to see him actually do it and how much of it he actually does. But they move mountains to get him. And Stoner seems pretty jacked up. So we'll see him out there.
They're going to change football, says Stoner, day after they draft him. Couple quick notes out of college ball that we need to talk about. I think Tennessee has moved to Adidas from Nike. And Penn State has moved from Nike to Adidas. So, don't love that.
Never going to win anything.
I do appreciate Adidas making a play, though. Feels like they're coming back into the game.
Is Wisco in an Adidas school still, too? Jade?
Currently Under Armour.
Miami, though. We just talked to Mario. They got Adidas.
Adidas is making a big-time play.
I feel like everybody just kind of rotates around every 5-10 years. Does that feel like it?
Yeah. We looked up what the deals were worth. Much smaller than we could have imagined.
Shocked.
Yeah, it's very... I don't know if the schools suck at negotiating or...
Well, Nike sponsors just the biggest athletes from every school.
Well, they're probably like, what are you going to wear, Russell?
Instead of the entire...
Yeah.
At some point, there's not many options.
Well, at Penn State, they're going to be Adidas options.
Mm-hmm. And get a lot of money for it.
And in South Carolina,
they wear the same one all the time.
The South Carolina deal, interesting.
Yeah.
They're with Nike. Should be fun. We'll continue. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. JJ, that a baby. See that right there at the 0. We're buying time. The Adidas move, I don't like it. Is Nike getting out? What's going on? I don't like what's
I think Adidas just making a push. I don't think Nike's trying to get out of it.
Listen, I got some shell tops.
Sure.
Okay? I'm not going to act like I don't like Adidas.
No, Stan Smiths.
We all know the best cleats.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
Under Armour's, AJ. You have
Pinnacle.
We're all
we know
on
the
the same
pinnacle.
page.
Yeah, we know the
here.
pinnacle.
I wear Air
Okay.
Force Ones basically every day of my life. I mean, there is, it's just.
Or Jordans.
And it's not right, but if I'm watching a game on Saturday and one team's wearing Adidas and one team's wearing Nike, I ain't ever fucking picking the team wearing Adidas ever. And that's not fair. That's not fair.
believe
That's
it.
just the way it is.
That's pretty real.
And that was teams with Jordan too.
And recruits see that too.
Boom. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, but Adidas, they got Travis Hunter. They got.
They've done a good job with younger kids. Younger generation definitely wears more Adidas than when.
I think they're trying to. I think Adidas is trying to crack the market a little bit. I think they're trying to get in there. Personally, it feels like. And Nike.
They got Texas Tech with the Pat Mahomes jerseys.
Mahomes. There we go. Yeah,
You got a bunch of guys.
Leo Messi, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Oh yeah, obviously massive in the soccer.
They
world.
got a huge
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
I forgot Aaron's a big time Adidas guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be Super Bowl champion too.
He already is.
Yeah, already is.
Another time.
7.
And the only one that matters in Pittsburgh.
No. I love Green Bay. Green Bay's my NFC brother.
What are they doing to get those deals? That was a good high five. We missed it.
Heard.
That was a very clean high five. That was one of the greatest high fives I've seen in
AFC,
some
NFC
time. They both went back for it, like both aggressively meeting, both sitting down, both kind of locked in place. The pureness of the hand to the hand there. You saw it too.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Because they really went for it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Lockstep.
We're on the same page.
That's tough with the cock back. If you cock it all the way back, to get those to line up.
A couple old school teams that used to build through the draft, but now we're making moves.
Well said.
Watch out.
Spending money.
Wait, were you guys going side to side? So you're right handed. Hit
I don't know if now's the time.
There.
Oh, no.
We're not.
Hold on. I was waiting for the camera.
We're just kind of showing you what happened. I don't think we should. You want to
Don't do it.
No, do not.
You can't run it
Let's run it back.
Holy shit.
Pretty good.
Pretty
fucking good. Once again.
Yeah, that was really good.
2-for-2.
Holy shit. I don't know if you guys should do that again.
Super Bowl preview?
Could be.
Maybe.
Ooh,
I kind of felt something right there.
Yeah,
Joel.
spark.
I
We
did.
felt it.
Yeah.
We all felt it.
We'll see.
Colts are going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I like Colts.
What's everybody quiet about? Why is everybody
I
acting
think
that
Colts
way?
are going to win the South. I'll say it.
Sleeper team.
Wow.
Kings of the South.
Boom.
Yeah.
Sweet potato pie.
And we'll smack you in the mouth.
Dimes.
Running wild. Yeah, we can
Two
really.
Super Bowls by 2030.
5. yeah, we can add it a little bit. I know the Texans are scared. We know it. They're not saying it, but we understand the vibes down there in Houston is, oh no, the Colts got Danny Dimes. We know that. We understand that. Houston, we are not necessarily thrilled that they are in our conference right, or our division right now.
Yeah, they got a banger week 1 though.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have problems all season. Okay.
Rams, Texans.
That
Matthew Stafford, brand new.
That O-line.
Devontae.
Huh?
McVay.
That's gonna be a good one. We've got I've got the Titans week 2, so I'll get some AFC South action week 2. I'll see what Cam Ward's about. I'm really looking forward to that. I cannot believe how little hype and discussion Cam Ward gets. It's the craziest thing for a number 1 overall quarterback pick. Very much looking forward to watching him play week 2 against the Rams.
All right, JJ. Hey, we got a couple people here that won raffles at charity events here. This one, I believe, was for MS, where we raffled off a chance to be live in the Thunderdome to watch the show and the program. We don't do this often, so we're probably terrible hosts, if I had to guess.
Sure. Definitely.
Yeah, it's probably nowhere near what they thought it was going to be or anywhere near as good as they thought it was going to be.
Just threw him D-Bone.
Yeah, we had D-Bone give them a tour of the place. I mean, we tried our best. We did. It waters the whole thing, food, snacks, good chairs. Great chairs. We took photos.
Got waters. We got basic human necessities. Nice.
Yeah. Boom. Check. Took photos, did a tour. D-Bone gave a tour.
This is where I eat snacks.
This is where our friend Mitt lives. He's just fucking hanging out.
Show him the locker room.
Yep, saw everything. Yeah, we did the tour. We did the thing. You know, we tried our best because this is for a great cause, and obviously these people overpaid for this. But it was for a good cause, so we're very thankful. There's Carly, Ted, Owen, and Claire. Okay, Owen is a 13-year-old, and he's tall, I believe, for his age. He's 13, staring at like my temple.
Bottom of your earlobe.
Yeah, like my temple, like right here. He's very tall, athletic. He's from Indiana, so he definitely has a shot.
Of course.
So I think on the way out here, we were wondering, Owen, will you try to shoot a hoop to win 30 people $500 that are watching the show? Will you do that? All right, Owen.
Do it.
All right, Owen's got the ball.
Let's go.
Come on, Owen.
Shine, boy.
Now's your time.
Now's the time, Owen. Owen, here's the deal. JJ, can you hear what we're saying through those speakers? Yeah, okay, no, he can't. All right, JJ, speak loud. Will you give Owen a little bit of a motivational message here as he tries to make a shot for 30 people to win $500?
All right, Owen, here we go. There are 30 random strangers on the internet. You've never met them. You never will meet them. They'll never thank you in person, but this is extremely, extremely important to them. So I want you to step up to that line, pretend it's you in the middle of that gym like Hoosiers, and drain that ball right through the net. Big go. Here we go.
Whatever you want to do, Owen. If you want it to be a free throw, you want it to be an NBA 3, whatever shot you want to take. If you make it, 30 people will win $500. Now, Owen's been sitting over there.
Yeah, he's cold.
Like an absolute gentleman. Okay, just sitting, hanging out with Claire, his mom, I do believe. There was not enough of introductions. I do apologize. Could be older sister, too. Okay, got mom. Got it. He's with mom, Claire. He has been nothing but a gentleman over there.
Yeah. Yes.
Not a peep.
No. Sweet boy.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Sweet boy.
Raised a good one.
Ted and Carly also, nothing but positive vibes here. This has been incredible. We should think about doing this more often, maybe.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's very rare. Your microphone's off. Yeah, your microphone is definitely off.
Hello?
And you are back.
Scared of Owen.
All right, Owen. 30 people, $500. All you got to do is make a shot. You pick from wherever you want to go, and we appreciate you in advance for being an awesome lad.
Is this the Owen?
No, it's not. You did not call into the show a couple years ago, right, Owen? No.
Okay.
That guy's long gone, don't he?
He did not appreciate Boston Connor. He's going to go with an NBA 3.
I like it. I like it.
I like
yeah.
it. This is very far for a 13-year-old. I think anybody walks into our office, everybody walks into our office and they try to huck a 3, and they have no idea it's an NBA 3, and it's always short and it's always an air ball.
Hey, Daniel Jeremiah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, and also AQ Shipley. Sure. And also, I mean, you can just go through basically anybody that isn't a professional basketball player that comes in here. Oh, and NBA 3, 30 people, $500. Good luck, pal. Hair looks phenomenal.
Yep.
Let's go!
Yes!
Let's go!
Wow! That's
What a
awesome.
bucket!
The fucking no
Oh
shot.
my God!
Step right into it.
First time.
Wow!
Dude.
He just got an offer.
Yes, dude.
Wow!
Some college coaches calling in.
Hell yeah, dude.
Coach DeVries.
That was awesome.
All right, all you got to do is repost this video, say something nice to somebody, and put the easiest way to pay you, and you might be one of randomly selected 30 people to win $500 because Owen just might have had his foot on the line.
No.
Now, doesn't matter.
cares?
He's allowed to shoot from wherever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
No.
In his league, in the league he'll be playing in next year, in the next 10 years. That is good.
Wow.
Splash. Owen, unbelievable stuff.
Wow.
Owen, Claire, Ted, Carly, thank you for coming in here and enjoying the day. Thank you for donating to a great cause. And we apologize that this all it was.
Sorry.
Yeah, we do apologize for that. JJ, that was awesome.
Thank you.
My day's made. That was the coolest. That was unbelievable.
Hey,
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Just,
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt.
Confident.
just stepped up to the line. He was so confident. Oh. Dude,
Clean.
Owen,
his foot
have
was not
you
on
started
fire.
school yet, Owen?
Clean.
Owen,
Clean.
have you started school yet?
Have you started school? Yeah, he skipped school for this. All right, so let's
Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Tomorrow's going to be a good day.
Hey, you walk into that cafeteria, brother. Yeah, how we going to keep it moving? There's 30 people that are never going to say thank you, like JJ told you, but just know you made their lives infinitely better, and you made us.
Needed that.
I'm hopping out of here today. I'm
Needed
excited.
Yeah, me too. All right, be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. Shout out to you, Owen. Team on me.
Wow. Shout out to the chat, too. I'll be in there tomorrow.
There it is.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Goodbye.